Oh, good, that was muted. Okay. All right. We're going to try to print out the PCB today. See if we can export that. Hey, what's up here, Bothan? How you doing? I'm going to try to export the PCB today so that I can actually take a look at whether or not it fits. That's always a, hey, Madam You. That's always a question. Is it going to fit? I don't know. I'm a little late. People don't respect my time in this household. They invite people over that stay way too late into the afternoon. We had all the corgis here. They're very cute. This is a little janky up here. I guess I'm going to live with it, but it's a little janky. It'll do, though. I guess it'll do. Our little 0 ohm hack up here in order to make this switch work. Of course, that also connects it to this diode. So I probably need to remove whatever this diode... Is the diode blocking in the direction that it's in? It is not. No, it is. Wait. It would be blocking in the opposite direction, depending on what gets connected. I may have to remove it. Might as well just do that now. Timing was perfect. Just got off a work call. Oh, hell yeah. That's good. I don't have work calls. I don't have clients anymore. I need to build up clients. There, let's get this diode out of here. Which one is it, though? I think it's this one. I think it can't be any of the others. Oh, not a work call. All right, well. That's none my business. That doesn't really work that well. Nunya works a lot better than that. Bounce, 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 bounce. There we go. What's up, Lesnar? What up, what up, what up? Oh, hurry up and wait. Telehealth. Oh, I need to get seltzer. I need to go get thing of seltzer. Hold on one sec. Across the whole shop. I have the printer here. We're going to try to Control P. I only have blue paper. It's like weird light blue paper that I found. Can I reach? The mic cable is specifically designed so that I can't leave the shop with the microphone on. I can just get outside the door to where Willa typically hangs out. Actually, she doesn't typically hang out anywhere anymore. She spends all her time at the door, barking at stuff, which is unfortunate because it's kind of disruptive. It's a little bit disruptive. There we go. And I would love to have the corgi here so that we can have corgi cam again. We used to have corgi cam. Happy New Year from Veet Nukem. Hell yeah! Thank you for the Prime for 35 months. Holy shit, that's a long time. Professor Bother. Unfortunately, I do not have that title. Whoa, what is this? Veet Nukem gifting a sub. That went to Zinklesmith. Veet Nukem says, Happy New Year, Professor Bother. Don't call me that. Enjoy and learn from watching the most of your streams. Looking back, I conclude that BTS equals Duke Nukem forever. No. It'll have more of a reception than that. I had such great expectations. I say this not to guilt you, but to let the anticipation go. Look, Burn the Subs is coming back. Are we talking about Willow? Yeah, Willow's around. She spends all her time at the door. But look, Burn the Subs, it's coming back. I don't understand this. I'm under no obligation, by the way, other than personal, to get Burn the Subs going. And I'm going to get to it. It's just that, you know, Burn the Subs, the first two ran their course. And it's just, you know, it's a constant project. Yeah, I just want to clear out some other things that have been hanging over me for instance, synthesizers. Julian has been on me for more than 20 years to build him a synthesizer. So getting into the modular and the analog stuff is just part of the process. It's just something that I've needed to do. Burn the Subs was a random idea that I had one day while streaming normally, and it went off like gangbusters. I mean, it's really quite amazing to see the reception to something like that. It's a tiny little incentive to get you guys to click on that subscribe button, and it worked extremely well. Psychologically, I don't know if I agree with it, but at the same time, you know, hey, can't argue with the results. So it will be coming back, and, you know, we've got grandiose plans for it back there. It's just, I don't know, everybody, certain people keep asking about it, and it's like, that's kind of why I'm burnt out. Like, I don't know, do together there. Get that to the right size. There we go. How long is this track? This track should be like over now. Oh, this is a long one. Oh, cool. It's like a whole instrumental album. This is a Aesop Rock, but the album is Garbology, but it's an instrumental, so it should be good, like, background kind of trip hop thing to go on. Burnt down, burnt out. Burnt down is a different. That's a different operation. Burn out the subs. I don't know what to do with you guys sometimes. Well, thank you for subbing. I really appreciate that. Quite a lot. Quite a lot. It's hard to communicate that. All right, so we're hopefully not going to be soldering too much today. I am going to see about printing out this thing. Let's open up the files. What's up, Commander? Bonk. And admin. And, where was it again? Oh, stream projects. And then the code QMK takeover. All right, Friday. I don't want to be doing too much brain work today, but I think most of what we're going to be doing is nice, relaxing layout. Not layout. Layoffs are not relaxing. So presumably, hopefully, I can get this board outline exported somewhere. Now, keep in mind, we're under no obligation to make it exactly the shape. I could play around with that shape. What's up, Conan? I saw Boom was on earlier. I didn't get to catch any of the stream, but people have been taking up my time today. I get no respect around here. No, we had all the corgis over. We're gonna try again on that. Maybe I'll just move these inboard. How many corgis do we have? We have one, but our neighbor has two, and so they came over earlier. Yeah, corgi buddies. They were rambunctious as hell. It's very fun to have them over. They are cute bubs, is what they are. How am I going to fit all this stuff on this board? I need to put like 10,000 traces on this thing. It's just this giant bus of rows and columns. Like, it might be a little helpful if I rearrange this to have the chips nearby, and then the digital lines are what could traverse the distance. Which I'm under no, like, the only reason that I wanted it to cut off here was because I've got wires that need to go through this right here. If you're not hearing music, then you're probably watching me on YouTube, or you've sustained some kind of a head injury. So, like, these are the two that I'm taking over. They're responsible for the operation of the LEDs, and then this one has all the rows and columns heading to it, as well as USB straight to the chip. And so I'm removing this, removing this, maybe a couple of the little support pieces like the clock and stuff. Twitch is jamming nicely. Good. soldering directly down to the pins, which gives us weird board layout and justifies the flexi PCB. I'm going to be attaching the chip basically right here. And so it'll be a little difficult to plug in, but that wire will also push down on the top of this thing and kind of keep it in place. And the flexi PCB will have double-sided foam tape that'll kind of hold it up. So this shouldn't be rattling around that much. And I won't need to plug it in here because the USB will be connected directly to there. So it'll just be inherent USB for programming. I could put this down here, but that puts it in the soup, in the proverbial soup that I'm going to be spilling on this thing. So I kind of want it to be up because that's the configuration of the other one that we did with the wires in it. That's currently on my computer right now, and I like having my computer. I like having a keyboard at my computer, so I'm going to keep it there for this stream. But yeah, I've got to figure out, because if I'm putting all of the chips over here, the only reason I did that originally was because there's a big blank space right here. You know, if I put all the chips on this side, it means that all the traces have to go around to it. I could put them on this side. I could put them over here. I could put them down here. It's just, it's strange, right? I have all this choice. I have all this choice. And I didn't do my homework. I didn't look up JLC PCB's smallness guide, like what their minimum trace size is going to be on the flexi PCBs, because that might be another consideration, is what is the minimum trace size. Maybe I could fit all of these traces in. I'm not sure. But we know it's 3mm to the edge of the board, so we've got to look at that. Look at those settings. I guess I can't find a DRU file, which is the design rule file. I got to make my own out of their specifications, which is boring data entry. I'm fighting all of the boringness of engineering here by being your intrepid, crazy host with garbled, with messy hair and a devil-may-care attitude. And I'm also drowning in a pile of garbage in my shop. Actually, I want to deal with this right now. If we're just sitting here, you guys are just sitting here doing nothing, might as well put you to work. Let's, I want to clean up this corner so that the printer kind of fits. We should do a day of shop cleanup. I need to go into the project bins and figure out what I'm keeping and what I'm getting rid of. Because there's some genuinely old stuff in there. Projects that never came to fruition. This is my little 2-horsepower shop vac. I got this. It's for cleaning cars. Bought this a long time ago on Amazon, and it has been an absolutely irreplaceable asset to this shop. Oops, I unplugged the power strip that does the light down there. There we go. Flashing on and off over here. Oh, you guys are in a weird angle. Nothing's still going? Is it still playing? I think it is. Yeah, I hear it. Okay, there we go. These light bulbs I'm going to use with Node Red. I'm going to put them on a little stand and, you know, Tasmotize the light bulb. And then I can have a Node Red flow that checks the smart status on the server. And so if any hard drives go bad, I'll have them light up red. And then I can also control them for like subscriptions and stuff like that. We'll turn them into little universal indicator lights that I can code to do what I need to. This, I think, is the power cable for burn the subs. Something. All right, what else do we have over here? This little cutting jig should go way deep down into the archive. We haven't needed this cutting jig in a little while. This is pretty good at its job, although holding the piece, the workpiece, is kind of the difficulty of this one. It's just the Dremel extension with a linear rail and some maker beam around it. That's going to get real dusty back there, unfortunately. Motion control stuff that I haven't gotten to. The big bit. Ah, it's a lot of dog hair. I got a vacuum back here. It's the big bit. It's the longest drill bit that I have, I think. Oh, I didn't unplug myself. I thought I felt it. there's a particular feel to unplugging your own microphone by standing up. Garbage. It's all garbage. Just a big pile of garbage that I live in. I've got a 5 HP one that I got for free that I need to reassemble. What's that? 5 HP, what? Vacuum? Oh, 5 horsepower vacuum, right. Do you have a wired lav? Yeah. It's a wired lav with the preamp is a design that is in, not Mike's Electric Projects. Which one is that? This is, something or other.de. It's a German website, and the guy's got all these audio projects. This one's called Project 93, and it is a lav mic preamp. I actually combined 2 of the projects in order to make this. This is at 40 some odd, this is at the 47 volt standard, which you can get out of it, but there's very low amps. And so this is a design from this person in order to record nature sounds. So it is a very one-to-one reproduction of a lavalier. And then the lav that I'm using actually comes from a friend of mine who does sound, or used to do, I don't know if he still does it. He does sound stuff for television in New York. Television and movies, it depends on who calls, really. But what I did is I was talking to him, and I'm like, I'm looking for like a reasonable lav mic that I could use instead of having a microphone in front of my face. And he's like, oh, I think I got an extra one. I'll just send you one. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I didn't really like this one very much, so I just bought a new one. And I look up this microphone, and it's a $300 microphone. It's a TR50, TA50. So this is like a sort of movie quality, although my friend didn't really like it. But he was like, if you wear a hat, you could just tape it to the hat, and then it would be like having your own boom mic. And I'm like, I'm not going to wear a hat. I don't want to wear a hat when I'm streaming. But so he gifted me this for free, and then I bought a spare for $150 from a rental company. So this one probably was up somebody's butt. This is probably a butt mic. They stuck it up their butt, probably to record their farts. And then they returned the mic to the rental place, and the rental place went, absolutely not. This is a butt mic. We're going to sell this to somebody on eBay. And that's how I came about it. The butt mic. It's like a microphone, but it's for your butt. Doesn't a wired lav go against the purpose of the lav mic? No, the lav mic's purpose is so that I do not have a big microphone sitting right in front of my face, so that there's nothing obstructing your view of my beautiful visage. Look at that. Absolutely amazing. Gorgeous. So there's nothing in the way, and I'm not bumping something constantly when I'm trying to do projects. The lav mic is designed to not be there. Having a wired lav means I don't take you guys to the bathroom with me. That's the sole purpose of the wire on the wired lav. That, and I don't want to have to bother recharging stuff in order to stream for you guys. So a little bit of laziness, a little bit of disaster prevention, a little bit of butt mic. Just a bit. Just a little. As a treat. I got to figure out how I'm going to transplant my computer into this drawer right here, because there's not a lot of room for stuff here. This isn't a very big drawer. Maybe I could get a different drawer that's a little bit longer, but I shouldn't. I mean, that was a free rack drawer, which I could use for other stuff. I definitely, when we do my desk project, I will have other things that I can put on that drawer, like my audio stuff. But yeah, I gotta figure that out. I think I need 3 drawers. One for the mixer, one for the headphone amp that I typically use, and then one for the computer. And the mixer will move out from the drawer so that I can stream with it, and have that right next to me when I'm streaming. Oh, I did buldak noodles, the spicy Korean noodles, ramen. So I'm gonna be irpy today. Don't forget to brush your remotes, everybody. You need to brush your remotes. Keep them nice and clean. Otherwise, they'll get kind of filthy. It's very important to do. If you have your own emotes, you know, you got to go through them. You got to brush them. Very important to keep them healthy and strong. Remember James from LTT pissed live on stream? I'm pretty sure Lewis from Horseman did it a few times too. And do you know how many times Bother's done it? Never. Not even once. Oh, the Bulldog? I love the Bulldog noodles. They're not too much. Well, you know, everyone's different. Nongshim kimchi. I do have, or had, I think I still have got a bag or two. Wait, which ones do I have? Hold on, I might actually have those noodles. Let me just check. I think I still have a bag of the kimchi. Yeah, these are actually, I have the exact noodles you're talking about. Bam. Nongshim kimchi. Nongshim kimchi. These are good. I've had, these noodles are probably like 2 or 3 years old. It's, you know what it was? I hate to admit it. I went on Reddit and I said, search Reddit for the best ramen noodles. And I went through a thread of people talking about the best ramen noodles, and I bought a couple of the examples. And then Louis from Djibouti Show was here, and he mentioned another brand of noodles, the Mama noodles. They have like a peppery flavor to them, so I bought a bunch of those too. I went on a noodle spree, but it's good to have an archive of ramen-y stuff. What I like, I mean, those are good. I'm not a huge fan of kimchi noodles. I like them, but the Bulldog noodles are awesome. What I do is it doesn't matter what they tell you to do when preparing it. I like my noodles to be soft. I know everybody else likes al dente, like a slight al dente, a little crunch to the noodle. I like everything to be super soft. I will boil the packet for 6 minutes, and at 3 minutes in, I crack 2 eggs into the broth, and then drain it most of the way, and that makes sort of a noodle soup. And then I'll simmer the Bulldog sauce in with the noodles a little. I've heard of these. Yeah, the Sun noodles, the really good ones that are like they're like kind of a little wet. just slight wetness to the noodle. Those are all my pandemic snacks. Although the Bulldog is a recent thing I decided to get. This camera could run a little better. Maybe like that. Gets it kind of out of the way. Let's see. What else do I need to do? I need to put this away. And I need to organize these chips. That's something that I've been neglecting. But what I'm actually trying to do, I just remembered. I just remembered that I was cleaning out space over here for the printer. Let's get a little bit of cable. That should be plenty. Oh my God, there's so much dog hair. You should consider yourselves lucky that you cannot see how much dog hair there is on the ground in this vicinity. Now, we had this working on this computer, so I think it should still work. I don't think I gave it Wi-Fi credentials. But I do think I had it plugged into this computer. This, of course, is not going to remain a brother laser printer. This is going to be, it's going to have its paper feed removed and replaced with a linear axis. Where does this one go? That's going somewhere. Oh, that goes to the mixer. That's right. Oh my God, the setup here is just insane. I feel like I need to go through stuff and kind of clean it out and redo my cables and everything, because there's a lot going on in this shop. What I really would like to do is tear down this rack and possibly maybe move the file server over to the other desk. I need a front panel for this computer that's a little bit less jank than what I have. I don't know. It was kind of a harebrained idea putting everything into the rack like this, because there's not room for everything. Hold on, I'm trying to lock you guys down. I'm just doing it with the hand I'm not used to operating the camera with. There we go. Overlay rack view. There we go. Oh, and that reminds me, I need to go through and replace all the batteries for all the security stuff around here. Oh, the printer's going to buzz at me every now and then. There's a lot of heat being generated in that thing, huh? It's kind of a toasty stack there. The thing is, the panel above the computer has to be there. That has to be there because the graphics card sticks up into that space with the water cooler. Given my ability to 3D print things now, I could probably make that right angle adapter that would allow me to put the graphics card where it is. Actually, you know what? I think EKWB might have a solution for that too. I think I actually have to look into it because they have all kinds of weird adapters now that you know, water cooling has kind of become a thing. Well, actually, EKWB, didn't they go under? Are they still a company? They still make stuff, right? But they're bad, apparently. Ah, Wexo, how's it going? It's been a minute. 18 months of Wexo. Thank you so much. Happy New Year to you as well. Yeah, we've been doing a lot of crazy stuff around here. There was a funny post somewhere about how Reddit had broken their ability to shop. And they go on Reddit to find opinions like on toilet paper. Yeah, that was a ProZD also did a sketch, one of his little TikTok things. Actually, it was whatever the old platform was, where you know, connoisseurs talking about how they like to enjoy drinking water. Crazy man, crazy stuff. We try. Yeah, it's the Reddit is amazing at being the largest review engine ever. If you use it properly, if you search site:/reddit.com or pay.reddit.com or whatever you want to be using, and you kind of boil it down into a consumer review engine, it works really, really well because you have all these niche subreddits where people are talking about their specific hobby in detail, and the things that are most popular are sort of percolating up to the top. And so you can find an old review of somebody that's actually used whatever product you're looking for. It's actually pretty damn powerful when you use it like that. It's how I find a lot of the things that I like buy that I don't want to ever break. Like, what are good shoes? You know, stuff like that. Even your grandma's underpanties. Yeah, you can find anything on there. It's crazy. Bother name reveal. You guys have known my name for a long time. They've known that. I just don't use it on camera. I like to keep arm's length on personal details. Dusty. Everything's dusty. Dusty. Shut up, printer. This printer that I've plugged in is beeping at me because it wants to get on the Wi-Fi, on the Wi-Fi. Why is it a dancing Bert? What is this? Whose emote has Sesame Street? Or is that not? It's unsanctioned puppets. E-Town. Oh my God, it is Muppets. Oh boy. Very good policy. I mean, I thought you were my personal best friend. Look, yeah, I don't like the whole what is it called again? Social something. I don't agree to that because I know you guys. We're not impersonal here. Oh, I see. It wants to update the firmware. Updating needs internet access. Does it have internet access? I don't remember giving you credentials. It does have Wi-Fi, it says. Parasocial, that's the word I'm looking for. Thank you. Yeah, the whole parasocial relationship is a little weird. We're small enough here that we have real relationships. We are not parasocial. I am not just out here to milk you guys for money. I'm out here to milk you guys. Anyway, no, I'm not out here to, you know, pander to that sort of psychological game. I don't like that stuff. Printer demands your data. Yeah, this is, I've printed stuff on this thing before. This was on the chopping block in the other room by the 3D printer. Do not turn off. Oh, okay. I can't help it if I do something you don't find attractive. But yeah, so this we bought, and I bought it because it was not cheap, but it has a scanner and it's Brother. And I like Brother as a company because I had a Brother a Brother laser printer throughout my entire college career, and then Windows stopped supporting drivers for it, and I had to get rid of it. But it was my printer ad infinitum, and I just like the way Brother makes products. They just make products. They don't make, you know, a subscription to printer ink. We've downgraded to 2D. Yeah, I can't even get a 2D printer working. So what I'm planning to do with this one is, instead of its normal ink tank, I want to put in UV ink and then turn this into a linear axis that mimics, it'll fool the printer into thinking that it's feeding a piece of paper normally. And once I do that, what I can do is I can print color labels onto panels that will survive. They will stick, you know, nicely onto the front of the panel. And so it can be a nice color UV printed graphic. That's what I want. When will we get there? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, this thing has a clock on it too. Could there not be a product in my life that tells the time? Please? God. It looks like I'm out of all ink except for black. I really hope this thing can print in black and white, because I want it to print the circuit board design. I guess we'll get to that. I only have blue paper, so I've got blue paper loaded into it. Father Brother CNC mill. Listen, I've got all the parts for the CNC mill. The rails are sitting under the desk over there with the steering wheel project and some other stuff. There's the synthesizer. That's a payphone, don't ask. And then there's parts for the CNC mill. The motors for the CNC mill are going to be the coolest part about it, because I'm using geared motors because I just wanted to. I've got 3-phase servos, capacitive, position sense, and then a big ass gearbox. I forget what the ratio is, but what that does is that makes an extremely powerful 3-phase servo. Why do I hear rattling? Did something get into this? Sounds rattly. Yeah, there's something in there. Something got scooped up by the magnet. That's not good. Well, I guess I can loosen it over here and remove the thing. But yeah, so that's going to make a very powerful servo motor, and I want to hook that up to a CNC. The thing is, I wanted to make no belts on the CNC, so yeah, it might be some crap that got on the mill that got in there. It's been sitting there for a little while. Brother makes some crazy fast CNC mills. I'd love to be able to just buy one. Please insert at least $75 of ink worth continue scanning. I have a thing of ink sitting here. It's been on the floor for like a month. I need to be a little cleaner. So just in case it doesn't print, I got this. I got a thing of ink. It was expensive. But some of these are ridiculous. And you know the reason why it doesn't print in Cayenne? If you're out of yellow ink, it won't print, because the printer actually deposits a slight layer of yellow in order to identify itself to a document that you've printed. So the Brother mills are in the hundreds of thousands range. Oh God. I would love to be able to just buy a mill and just plant it over there. It's probably going to be a very loud thing. The router head that I have is just a DeWalt 120 volt router, which I used on that table over there. I would like to put it into an automated setup so that I could do CNC and cut carbon fiber panels that have all of the little openings in it for modular synthesizer stuff. Because I've got my source, which is not, it's not all that, like, it's not something that I need to be, like, keep secret. My LCNC uses metal wire wrapped around drums for movement. It's a dead solid system. I can't believe that. Maybe I will just use belts. I wanted to avoid belts because I've got these, like, hardcore servo motors going into the CNC, and I was hoping that that would lend itself to more accurate minor movement, and having the belt in there being something that can slightly move just a little bit would be a detriment to that accuracy. But then again, I'm making it out of 2020 rail, so maybe I should just use plastic pulleys with wire in it. It's just those motors are so awesome. Look at that thing. It's amazing. I want to utilize it properly. More CNC router? Not today. We're going to be working on the circuit board today. Yeah, belt tensioning. I mean, I've been through the ringer. I've got this long belt on Burn the Subs. Burn the Subs is still perfectly accurate because it's moving a laser. It doesn't move anything that kicks back. But having this horizontal belt and keeping it tensioned is a weird thing that you got to worry about. It's the best thing to use are those little springs that just put a little notch in the belt. They push the belt down a little bit. Oh, more of a CNC router than a mill? Yeah, I've got a mill. I mean, we could CNC this mill. I would need a counterweight for the head, and I would want to put my 3-phase servo motor instead of the 120 volt. And then we could potentially CNC the mill. But then I don't have a manual mill anymore. And sometimes it's nice to just blow some chips around with your hands. You know, you get that workout from spinning the knobs. And sometimes you want to just punch a hole in something, and having to program something to punch the hole in something is very annoying. So I don't know. I think I kind of want the CNC router to be a separate entity than my manual mill. I'm excited for you to use them big boy motors. Those I bought for Burn the Subs. Those were supposed to be moving a laser around. And then I sort of thought, well, what if I put a gearbox in there? And then I'm taking advantage of the fact that these big 3-phase motors like to move quickly. And I bought them in order to go with the O-Drive motor controller, which I gave to Twizded's sister. I sent him that O-Drive motor controller. I don't know if he's doing anything with it. He wanted to build that robot dog using those. This old Tony on YouTube? Never heard of him. This old Tony, whenever he releases a video, we put it on the main channel of the Discord. we know him well. Did a mill conversion that can still be used manually. The possibility exists that I could do that with these. You know, just put a knob on the back end of the motor, but I don't know about that. That's going to damage it. And if you'd be spinning it a lot because of the gear conversion. So this little Tony's from the future. The electronic mills that are automated, you can have a little control that does have the dial on it. So you can kind of, you know, dial the knob and it'll move this stuff around. Yeah, that's exactly. Pendant controller, that's the name for it. This little Tony's from the future. He is. Hamster wheel. I don't know. What am I doing? I'm turning this back off of rack view. Things get a little brighter. I have it handle the lighting and colors a little differently when it's not under the intense lights. Yeah, it's a lot of consideration, and there's not a lot of bother to go around. Maybe that's the big problem that I'm running into here, is that all this capability that I would like to have requires me to dedicate significant amounts of time to upgrading my technology and doing it, actually doing the job, which I've been bad at lately. I've been pretty bad at it lately. And that's coming on the back of, you know, the Veet Nukem comment earlier about expectations of having Burn the Subs going and done. It's like, but I want to upgrade this capability. So when am I going to work on that? It's just not, you know, I'm being spread across too much bread is what's happening. One thing at a time, yeah. That's why we're focusing on the backup keyboard, because the backup keyboard is going to get me back into trace routing and get that part of my brain sparkling again. And once that part of my brain's sparkling a little bit, we can get back into the module tester, although that's kind of sidelined for a little bit. Unfortunately, I really want to work with that screen, but it's just kind of a little bit sidelined because I want to get the mixer into an actual PCB and get that in Julian's hands quickly. There's just a lot of technology going into the mixer, and so I want to get a little bit more comfortable with JLC PCB. This is a nice smaller project than the mixer. The mixer's just about there. I was thinking about a couple things that I may or may not want to do with the mixer, like having a second 2 HP module next to it that has a lot of the chips and stuff on it, and maybe has some CV controls, and instead of, you could run it as a 2-rack, you know, for a 4-panel unit, or snap off the board, put it on standoffs, and then it would be the 2 HP module without CV control. I was thinking about that. I don't know if that's really going to be a thing that I can accomplish with it. I'm not totally certain about that. There's some messing around with voltage levels. Crazy to me how makers who have CNC tools, including 3D printers, don't know CAD or CAM. A lot of that stuff is automated. Well, but wait, how could you not know CAD and CAM? I have not used, apparently, Fusion 360. And again, this is not a sponsored stream. We just happen to be using the software. Today, I'm not sponsoring, but this apparently is really good at running CAM jobs or whatever. It's really good at the motion stuff, apparently. I've never had the opportunity to use it as such. Because for our purposes, our, you know, G-code moving around that we do, we have it creating all that stuff algorithmically with a font. I have a font that has certain moves, and it scales the size and everything. It's just, oh my God, it's a lot. It's a lot to handle, and we got it together, and we got it working for Burn the Subs. I don't want to revisit it necessarily. Fusion is quite good at CAM. Yeah, I've never used it for CAM, but apparently it's good at it. All right, maybe we should get started. Maybe I should turn down the volume on this. Maybe I should burp. Okay, I burped. Boom, boom. Yeah, the Rhymesayers Entertainment is the label that Aesop Rock is under, and they have him releasing lots of great music, but then they're also releasing the instrumentals, which are really good for stream starts music. It's nice to have just like a beat in the background that you can talk over. It's inherent to the way the music was made, which makes it good at that. So many things that I want and need to do in this shop, like finishing the desk design that we barely started in CAD. Once I get that design done, I can figure out how many rails I need to order. That's going to be a couple $100s that I just don't have right now. I got to pay my credit card debt. So I'll buy all the rails. I have a chop saw now that I've barely ever used, so I can use that to cut those rails. Then we can have what are some of the more fun streams? Assembling furniture. That's a fun stream for me. When Vampner, if you guys remember who Vampner is one of the mods of Rabaz and somebody that I've known for many years. But he said the first Bother stream that I ever watched, I was assembling furniture. That's that table right there. I just had the camera out and it was like a blank area of the shop, an open area of the shop, and I was just wrenching on bolts and talking to people all the while. Those are fun. I could do that more if I just frickin' bought a desk instead of having to engineer an entire desk. But I guess I'm stuck engineering an entire desk. What the desk will allow me to do is attach stuff to it. That's the cool part. I'll have the 2 rack panels on the sides, and then if I want to attach my pedals and be like Flatulent Gonad and always have car pedals sitting in there, I can come up with some kind of a clip or attachment that I can like really kind of bolt into the desk. I don't think I want the pedals to be there permanently because Willow likes to sleep under the desk. My Corgi will come downstairs, and like when there's commotion upstairs, she'll storm downstairs and push my legs out of the way and curl up in her bed and sometimes spill out onto the blanket that I have sitting there. So that's where the partner, or the Twitch partner blanket went, towards Willow's little cubbyhole bed that's under my desk. So if I'm doing stuff like designing a circuit board, she will join me. But as soon as I sit here, She knows that I'm about to start screaming at the furniture, and she just leaves. I wish she stuck around. It was really, really nice when Willow was comfortable enough so that she would just hang out down there. She would just hang out in that little cubby hole during stream, to the degree where I actually considered putting a composite video camera under there. One of the spy cams that my brother sent me, because he was sent a bunch of random Amazon crap that people were leaving felonious reviews on. They were reviewing these products and just sending them to my brother, who had nothing to do with this, right? And so he gave me a bunch of those cameras to sort of explore on stream, and the best, least slimy application of those cameras is dog bed cam. I was considering if I want to get like an IP camera and put that upstairs, if I could get something that's discreet enough, that doesn't look like a blatant camera and maybe gets janky enough video, I could put that at the front door, and then we could just check on Willow at the front door. How to use Fusion to create objects for 3D printing purposes. What I don't understand is how to use it to do anything with the CNC. That's the thing, Tater's game. When you engineer the CAD file, you want to think about the material and how the material is going to be applied or like added or subtracted. That's why Fusion, what I do 99% of the time, is great for 3D printing, because I just see that grid is my 3D print bed and everything's building up from it. So you start a sketch on the horizontal, extrude it up, give it some features. Oh, that's going to be a little complicated to do. That'll be difficult. With subtractive work, what I've been told, and I'm not good at this, what I've been told is start with just a square, and that's your block of metal. And so you try to, whittle out your design from that. Subtractive isn't too bad. It just takes some practice. Make some key rings with the rude words on it to test. That's a good, bottle opener that says, like, fuck your life, or something like that. Pedals are too permanent because it's too painful to climb under the desk and unscrew them. That's, I hear that. I hear that in my knees. Crunch, crunch. Not knowing CAD is more understandable as it's quite complicated and tricky. What I still don't get is how many people have CNCs, but they have no idea how to use them. Who are these people? Like, I understand exactly what you're saying, and I agree with you. But it's like, who are these people who have like a dusty 3D printer that's broken, that's partially broken? Oh, it just needs a new pulley. It's broken. How do you live your life? Okay, so I'm somebody who always, and to the detriment of my own stream and not finishing projects, identifies things that I want to improve. I'm always looking around at stuff that I want to improve. That's not right. What's that doing there? I need a box for this. I need to move this over to here. I mean, I guess perverts also go, I need a statue with better boobs, and they print that out with a 3D printer. But then the default state of your average 3D printer is just broken. And if I were into collecting 3D printers, I would even have another 3D printer sitting over here. I don't need them. I don't need that taking up space. Although I probably could have taken my buddy's 3D printer that he was trying to get rid of and just put a router on it and had a CNC out of that. Maybe I should have done that. I just made a little cup to hold a bunch of foam swabs, make a sketch, extrude out to a cylinder, make another sketch, do a cutout, create, and how do I do the same thing but starting from a piece of predefined stock? It's just the extruding cut thing, I guess. Yeah, I'm not, again, I'm not, I don't think like that. I'd have to figure it out myself as well, and then maybe I'll have advice. I just learned CNC is a backwards mill. Is it it's not really a backwards mill, it's just a mill. It's like a regular mill. You think about how you would mill something. All right, we're out of instrumental. We've done in this 50-minute instrumental. I'm done talking with you guys. Go away. No, I'm just I want to actually get some work done, because otherwise I'm going to have an anxiety attack with all the stuff that we're talking about. all I can do is sit here and think about things that I mean to be doing, and that I haven't gotten done. We're off of a month of me not having my ADHD medication, which means I spent a month staring at a computer screen and not really getting anything done. That's fine during the holidays, sort of, for some of the holiday, but it's all crashing down I'm fine. I've got everything I need now, and I can actually operate like a human being. But for a little while there, progress had come to a halt, and I did not mean to take a vacation, but it's like I took one. So I now have all of these things that I've been meaning to get to. And one of them is redesigning my keyboard circuit board. I want it to actually not be just a cluster of wires that are sort of under the surface, ready to break. I want this to be cinched up and why is this still moving? Who told you you can? Where are you moving? Which axis? Show me the axis that you're moving on. Okay, it's that one. Yeah, tighten it up a little bit. There we go. The problem I keep having is that I don't understand how to switch Fusion from an additive mode to a subtractive mode for purpose of writing the G code for the CNC. That is in the CAM processing, and I think that's an entirely different thing. I don't have any good advice for that because I've never done it before. My experience with Fusion is vast. I've done a lot of really cool stuff with it, but just out of the utility of having to make a solid to 3D print or having to make electronics to have made and sent to me. I've never done the CAD CAM stuff with Fusion. My understanding was a singular sentence that was said to me at the beginning of an Engineering 101 CAD course, where they taught us Fusion, or they taught us AutoCAD, whatever version existed in 2002. And so my knowledge is of command line stuff, but what they were telling us is that when you do subtractive manufacturing, and again, remember at that time, 2002, a 3D printer was able to make a ball of plastic loosely associated with the object that you wanted to print. Not like the stuff we have now where you hit Control P and your exact object pops out and it goes, aha, I'm here. And you're like, oh, whoa, whoa, why is it talking? And then you have to kill it. You have to kill it and then bury it in the backyard. But so anyway, back then, they told us to remove material as if you were the CNC machine. So I need an end mill to go through here, so let me highlight an area and then extrude in and tell it to do that as a cut. I'm not totally sure that applies anymore because we have crazy CNC mills. And I think that Fusion, AutoCAD in general, their CAM processing is apparently really, really good. I've never used it. I've never even bothered with that. I would like to make a CNC and then learn it because I have the license for all of that stuff. It would be very nice, making me giggle. Well, that's the whole point. I'm supposed to come out here and be kind of a silly guy. I wish we had more of a physical project today. This PCB should be pretty simple. There's a lot of work that we have to do on it, and it's not going to be very exciting and fun, so I have to kind of take up that difference. Nowadays, you can just import your part, tell the software what your machine is set up like, and auto-generate the tool paths. I would like to try that someday. What do you do about tool changes? I mean, if you need a specific tool to do a specific part of the job without changing your fixings or whatever. Never use Autodesk, but I use Mastercam in school. That's a pretty hardcore name for a piece of software. I'm going to boot up Mastercam. Okay, so I've moved the parts onto the board. We don't know what our minimum tray size is. We have a lot of little numbers to put in. I put an absolutely obscene amount of work into getting these holes in the right spots. Make all your jokes. There's going to be tons of jokes like this. Just please I will fill these holes. But anyway, so I have done an obscene amount of work to cater to what JLC PCB wants me to do with these pads. For instance, this is going to be a flexible board, right? So it's basically a thin layer of copper and a bunch of Kapton tape holding it together. So what you're supposed to do on the top layer of the flexi PCB is you're supposed to have the solder mask overlap just a little bit. So what I did is I crunched a bunch of numbers and I figured out in order to get 0.3 of a millimeter, like they require, of overlap of the solder mask, I need a certain size box to keep out on the solder mask layer, right? This will enable this chip to solder down and get held down by the board. I didn't do that for these though. These are all just auto-generated pads and they are much larger than the pad itself. This is against their recommendation. So I'm not sure what I'm I'm gonna do with that. I don't want to make a whole another subset of parts that are catering towards the flexi PCB. I think the smaller components soldering in like this will be in danger of, you know, you can like flick them and they'll fly off. But I don't think that's going to be that big of a deal. I hope. I hope. If anybody knows anything about flexi PCBs, please speak up, because I am without without experience. We're going to order this thing, and it's going to cost us $2, so it doesn't really matter if it sucks. But if it sucks, then we can go back and edit the parts. We can make a new package based on flexi PCB instead of regular old FR4 boards. Fusion 3D's operations are pretty good. NYC CNC. I was subscribed to them for a little while. NYC CNC and what's the company that makes all those good tools? Those things are awesome. That place that has all the expensive CNC stuff. Man, wouldn't it be cool to be like instead of being like a bullshit electronics channel, where everything that I use costs like $1, if we did like CNC and I had like $1,500 machines kicking around, like, you know, that's a $1,500 machine sitting there. Yeah, Tormach, that's the one. Tormach just sends him stuff. Oh, look, a crate's here from Tormach. I wish. Holy crap. It's like, I've had Trinamic send me a bunch of stuff, but it was in, like, all said and done, it was like $120 worth of products. It's like, wow, thanks. The problem with Trinamic is that their drivers, their German drivers, didn't quite work with my computer very well, and so we weren't able to make them do anything. It's unfortunate because that Trinamic design, that was a lot. It turns out like Granite Devices makes a nice universal motor controller, so I spent about $1,200 on Granite Devices stuff. It's sitting in the bin down there. It is collecting dust. That's why I want to make the CNC with the nice 3-phase motors over here, this thing. Because then I can actually use that Granite Devices stuff. iFixit or Snap-on. I bought the iFixit kit on my own. That I bought with my own money. I like it. I bought the big one, the $60 one. That is only good if you're doing a home repair. If you're doing electronics, this one is great. This has all the different security bits that you would ever need. Plus, I mean, we also have the universal security Torx deleter, which is a flathead screwdriver. I'm telling you, if you got a security Torx, it's my favorite thing to show off. And I should probably have like a demonstration available to me at all times, because it's my favorite thing to do. Back when we were taking apart game accessories more regularly, that's what we would usually do Friday. Today, by the way, everybody, today is going to be a very distracted stream, just because it's Friday. I don't feel like thinking that much. My Saturday is going to be spent probably laying out this circuit and getting all those little fiddly numbers in there. But today, we're just kind of taking it easy. We're still going to work, obviously, on the circuit board. I'm going to print it out. But yeah, back in the day, we used to take apart game accessories on Fridays. Very fun to do. You always find like a little Easter egg. You can sit here and, you know, throw shade at all kinds of design elements that people put into their, you know, their hard work that they earned way more money than I'll ever make on. We can make fun of it. And so we used to do that a lot. One of the things that game controllers tried to do, and one of the sort of the communications in design, is if you have something that has a screw-on battery door, you use security screws for everything else, because your user is going to be holding a screwdriver and facing down the head of your screw, and you don't want them to unscrew other stuff and break the product, right? So you put security screws everywhere except for the battery door. Thing is, when you put down a security Torx, a flathead screwdriver does not need to be centered where that nub is on the security Torx. It can be offset of the nub and still grab on to two of the little nublins of the Torx bit and get enough torque in there to unscrew. I love security Torx. It is security theater manifest. It's so much fun. Ah, ha, ha, we've defeated you, mere user. You cannot get by our security Torx. Hey, what are you doing? Those are my security. We put those in there so you wouldn't do this. Every 2D printer I've worked on has security screws. Ugh. I don't know what this one has, actually. We haven't looked too hard into it. I'm hoping that we can make a linear bed for this Brother printer. So the Brother printer is plugged into the computer. It's powered. Theoretically, I should be able to pretty easily print onto it. How many instances of Stream Deck are running? The question is, can I get a two-dimensional representation of this board? And I know the answer is yes. I have not done this in a million years, so I don't know the precise steps that I should be doing in order to get a representation of this board. It might be in the document part of the library, because what I'll do is I'll print this on my weird blue paper, and then we'll cut it out with a knife and fit it to the board. Yeah, not like that. No, you're fixing it wrong. Cheap end mills are $20 a piece. They're super easy to break with a CNC machine, especially as you're learning. I don't look forward to that. I don't know how hardcore my CNC is going to end up being. The router I have is going to be a loud thing too. And I think I'm going to do a bed slinger. I think I have to do a bed slinger. I'm not sure though. I've broken loads. That sounds a lot more like pornographic than I think it has any right to. All right, let's get the layer out of here. I don't need to see that layer. Yeah, the geared motors are probably not going to be too forgiving, are they? So if I hit something, it is really going to be a bad scene. We are looking at the top solder mask. Get rid of that. So let's see here. 1 pound bits. What am I doing here? I am trying to, I mean, technically it is a manufacturing output. There's a pick and place output on this too. Oh, that's nice. IPC 0356 net list. I can go to manufacturing and I can do a CAM process. Export Gerber NC drill assembly and drawing outputs. That's, I think, this is, I think, our buddy right here. CAM export file list. Not quite. I think, you know, I'm really kind of just looking for like a printout. Is there like a print dialog over here? No, of course not. Building a pick and place first? No, 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 no. Although, no. This is the problem, is everything is a new project. It's a new project that's going to take up all of my time. Which one do I want to be the new insane? Got to snap a few titanium bits to CNC an omelet. The bits I have are much larger than my router, so I'm probably going to need to buy a couple like sacrificial bits at the beginning, you know, when I'm getting used to the CNC. And it's eventually just going to be cutting flat plates of carbon fiber, which we're going to need a better vacuum on that. I'm obsessed with my friend's pick and place. What a beautiful machine. They are some crazy automation. You have a bunch of stuff that goes into a pick and place and just the ones with like cameras and stuff like that. I think there's a smaller open source effort to do like a 3D printer modified into a pick and place. And it would be fun to explore that. The friend with the 3D printer that he was getting rid of because it blew up the head or something like that, it wasn't a great one. It's an old one. I could have maybe tried to turn that into a pick and place. I told him to go pound rocks. I feel bad. That's Woodus if he ever shows up in chat. I feel bad because I just don't have room for something like that. And it would have been kind of a cool project given all the hardware just right on my lap. I have all the hardware to build another motion system. Like I have all that stuff. I've got extra linear rails that showed up in the mail, like all that kind of stuff. I have it. So I don't think I'm taking on new hardware, but something like a pick and place is something that I would rather just purchase. Unless we really explore. Yeah, I think there's, hold on, let's take a look. Let's take a look. I'm going to get really distracted today, guys. Open source pick and place. Open discuss and drew PNP Discord server. Watch the project on GitHub. Look at our Twitter. Quick start guide. Oh boy, it's a lot of text. Open PNP. DIY pick and place by Teton. Open PNP open builds. I just want to look at pictures. Videos. You can build this open source pick and place, Mute. That's a lot. That's 3D printed though. Pretty cool. What the heck? Wait, so it's got, what is it doing? What's the dog doing? Ah, yes, the toaster oven. By the way, professional ovens versus this. This is much better for the streamer boy to have. I need to do a temperature controller for the toaster oven that I have. I've used the toaster oven with food like twice. I have this or the skillet. The hot plate is even better for the streamer. It's terrible to have in your shop because it's this big hot thing that's going to destroy you if you ever come into contact with it. Who is that? That was Siflet8. Siflet8, how you doing? The squirrel tactic worked. Well, I'm fairly susceptible to it today. I've had a hard week. So I'm happy to talk about things that make me happy, like projects. But Siflet8, 47 months, saying, sup, bother? Not much. We're just very easily distractible today. But yeah, the open toaster with a glass front is great if you have a good... Don't you have an actual reflow oven? You would know. You sent it to me. It's sitting at my feet right now. It has this tiny little window in it that's not great for streaming. So I do have a skillet, and I've also got a toaster oven, like a food toaster oven with a glass front. Because I want, and again, this is something that I never get to show up on the front of Reddit. Reflow the toes. That would set on fire so much dog hair right now. The ground is covered in dog hair in that area. I really need a vacuum down here. But front page of Reddit, right? A GIF, high quality, 2K imagery, wonderfully lit, of surface mount electronics reflowing with solder paste. It's something that I can do. I can get that shot. I just need something that's open air. And so the skillet, the reflow skillet that I have, the little box that gets hot on the top, would be perfect to get that image. But then I'm not allowed to post it anywhere. They say you can't post your own stuff. They'll remove it. So I don't know. Maybe one day I'll get lucky and something like that will get clipped here and get popular. But the last thing that did was the capacitor exploding. And then Uo's Lab shows up and his whole stream is capacitors exploding. Whatever. I can't win. I don't want to blow stuff up in here because I'll get injured. This is cool though. This is open source pick and place, and it looks like you can 3D print a lot of the more complicated pieces of it. I don't want to talk to you. I just want footage of the thing working. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So it's got the rows that it picks from. It's got a camera system. It's using IC. So those stepper motors are there to spin. And then it's using compression fittings. Of course, you need suction. You need like a Venturi system for your air blower. Oh, that's no bueno. You got to put a motor on that. Oh, it looks like they have a variety of systems to do that kind of stuff. I see. Well, that's pretty cool. So they're part of the pick and place. The big part of the pick and place is what presents the pick and place with the electronics. Things are getting easy to manufacture on your own, though. So a system like this is a no-brainer. It's like so easy to come up with all the solids for something like this. And I'm glad these guys are putting in the effort. It's very cool of them. That looks like that one is motorized. That's cool as hell. Very cool. If I could get my hands on files, maybe we should try to build one sometime. But it does look like I need some specialty stuff. But stuff like, those brackets and things I could easily produce. The thing is, I don't do any manufacturing here. If I make the mixer, the modular Eurorack mixer thing, I don't think that'll sell more than like 10. so if I'm selling like 10 of those, I don't need this. I can just do it by hand. That's very cool. Open source pick and place. Noted that it exists, but unnecessary for me to use at the moment. Plus, places like JLC have manufacturing services that might be cheap, considering that I wouldn't need any upkeep. But yeah, anyway, all right, so good stuff, rabbit hole. Yeah, at your own discretion, get addicted to that crack. Okay, I need to print this out one for one, and I need to see the whole layout, and I need to see the board edge. There's likely a cam job that I can do. I mean, I really just want the drawing output. Cam preview gives us this little window. But I want something that I can actually, export DXF or image. So let's export the DXF and see what that looks like. So PCB version 12 DXF. Temp prints seems like a pretty good good folder for it to go to. So let's take a look at the DXF file. What do I have that opens this kind of program? Desktop. Bovril. No, that's, wait, no, that's not right. Temp prints, T. Open with, I have Inkscape. I can just go to document and then print. Oh. More apps. Inkscape. I just want to see the file. I just want to see the file. I want to shake its hand. I just want to shake its hand. What's going on? Oh. DXF input. Read from file. We'll see if this makes it like the size of a city block. And I guess in the document, oh wait, Inkscape is still starting up. Hold on, we got to give it the benefit of the doubt. There's nothing. That may be an Inkscape error. Yeah, I think that's an Inkscape error. Let's see what it prints out if I just go to document. Document, and then, oh yeah, outputs, print. What's it gonna do? Please wait for printer connection or cancel connection. What? Wait for printer connection? Huh? I don't, you know what? Let's just cancel that because I think I need to install the printer. What the? Oh, printer, HP, OfficeJet Pro, bother. And then orientation, fine, alignment center, area full, preview, rotate mirror, solid caption. Where's the board edge? Color, one copy. No. Front to back, first side, paper quality. That's not what I'm looking for. Okay, so I don't see the board edge, probably because it's a one. It has no dimension in the actual CAD. It's possible that I need to. Let's hit cancel on that. I may need to actually give this properties. I may need to actually give this a width of like, give it like 0.1 millimeter, and then that line will actually have, let's see what that does. If I go to print, I can't see it. It would be right here. Well, let's just see what it prints. Let's see if my printer actually works at all. I think it's working. Hey, what's up? There's nothing. There's nothing. It didn't do anything. It made a bunch of printer noises, and then it kicked a piece of paper at me. It didn't do nothing. Are we like out of ink? Is that what's going on? I'm gonna try again. We're trying to get a printer output from this thing. And I could also do export, but then, so if I print, it gives me a preview. Yeah. What ink are you using? It's invisible. Letter. Output file. No. Brother, something or other. Wait, brother that or brother that. There's two of them. Try it again. Portrait, centered, area, full. Mirror, rotate, upside down, black. Oh, well, that's going to have all my air wires in it. That just makes it black and white. Don't need the caption. Don't need solid. Don't need upside down. The air wires are kind of a problem. Well, let's just see what it outputs. We'll try it. Scales at 1. Ah, this thing came to life immediately. Ah, almost lost it. Hey, that's close. Yeah, maybe I need to do that. It actually does very much look like I need to clean the nozzle. This thing has been sitting for quite some time, and it's probably broken, which is why I got a great deal on it. Yeah, it's not having a great time. The board outline is kind of almost there. Okay, so there is a board outline, so I don't need to thicken up that line. It is an inkjet, so I probably do need to purge the print head. All right, so let me figure out how to do that. Let's see here. Hey, buddy, what you got going on? There's like, I can place a phone call from this thing. Let's see, fax, scan, back, hook. Hook? What is the hook button? What does the hook button do? Looks like every feature is just on the front. So how do I go to utilities, settings, general setup, ink, fax, network, print reports, machine info, initial setup. It wouldn't be an initial setup. General setup, nah, ink, volume, remaining pages, in cartridge model, in cartridge check. We can do a cartridge check. Now we don't need to do that. Network, print reports, machine info, firmware version, firmware auto check. Nope, none of that. So where is the test? Initial setup, station ID, tone pulses, fax auto redial, dial tone, compatibility, reset, local language. Nah, none of that stuff is relevant. I don't know, there may not be like a print test page on this. How would I get to that? That's ink. Book. Edit. Set speed dial. No. I don't know if that utility is on here. Transmission, address book, fax journal, user settings, network config, WLAN, call ID history. None of this is relevant. That's printing my user settings. No, no, no. Don't do that. Weird printer. Print settings, test print. No, that's not there. That's not there. Test print will be from Windows in the driver. I can do that, I guess. I can see what phone book entries are on this thing. You can make a print a calibration page. Yeah, I'm looking for it. Is the print head removable? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I could open it up and close it. Maybe that'll make it do a test page. That's not what I was looking for. Yeah, like if I open that, here's the print head. Try just closing it again and seeing what happens. Nope, didn't do anything. All right, let's see here. So if I go into the print settings, oh, where is that? It's not there. Okay, so I just need to open up printers and faxes. Brings me back to my help desk days. I haven't done this stuff in years. It's been a long time. I mean, technically, I must have been trying to print with the scanner, because one's the printer and the other one's the scanner. Print a test page. There we go. One document's in queue. I need to remove the R. Botter. Botter printer. Oh, botter. This is shit. It's printing like shit. Look at how bad it is. Printer properties. Do you think, I mean, if I do like a purge, that's really what it probably needs. Although some of this stuff is not really coming out nice. You know, I think we had this thing printing before. It could just be that it's like totally out of ink too, because it says it's out of ink. But I feel like the print head needs to be cleaned, and I don't know if I have the means by which to do that. Yeah, that's just the Windows dial. I don't really want to install the specific Brother software to mess with this thing. I just want to use it as it is because we are eventually going to be breaking it in a very unique way. I suppose the print head might be damaged or dried up. I don't know. If we keep doing test pages, yeah, or I could get some isopropyl on it. Paper feed works. It's just the ink is not coming through. Now, we don't need it to be perfect to do our sizing tests. It should be a little nicer than it is printing right now, though. Oh, I hear it cleaning the print head. Hold on. Maybe if we try again. And do another test page here. This thing spits it out fairly violently. Probably why this printer was for sale, but I remember us actually getting stuff to print nicely on it. Wow, there's just nothing there. That's crazy. They're normally dried up. Bowl of IPA for the print head. Oh man. All right, so let's try a different printer then. Let's just Control P. Well, let's hit the printer here, and then I'm going to choose hopefully the printer that's down here. And I guess, well, all the air wires. Can I hide those? Let's see. Top, bottom, unrouted. There we go. Okay, there. So now this will better represent our board. And then I'm just going to go to, oh wait, I also want to unview the keep out area. I don't need this big hatch sitting up here. So it'd be top restrict. Hold on, finish board, values, board outline, silk screen bottom, names top, solder mask top we don't need. Restrict top. Oh, it's restrict, yeah. No, it isn't. Okay, it wasn't that. Component exclude, there we go. Okay. All right, so now we have our board. And I can get rid of this dialog, put that back over there, and now I can go to print. And instead of the printer that I just plugged in, I can actually set it to be the HP. I think that may be the one that's down here. And we're just doing black and white. And I listen. I don't have, hold on, let me go take a look. This thing sucks. I think I need to bathe the print head in isopropyl, which is what everybody said to do, but I need to figure out how to get to the print head. Let me go check the printer in the other room. I will be right back. Let me put up a BRB. Put up a little BRB. Let's do overlays and hit a BRB on that. And then I'm going to put on DJ every day. You've got an iFixit kit, so you're cool. Is that that's the cost of entry? So it's a 7740. It's an OfficeJet 7740 that we're looking for. Whoa, it's the surface of the sun. There. I have a little toggle that sets the lighting a little different so that I can put the camera on my Curio. It's been forever syringing out heads. Oh yeah, the iFixit kit to get into the printer in the first place, so I can actually put the head in isopropyl. Yeah, I get you now. All right, so I don't think I've got. Yeah, 8600 class, OneNote for Windows. The HP 60A0 is not the right one. Man, this is supposed to be like, this printer was supposed to be fully functional here. It turns out it sucks eggs. And it's probably just because it's been sitting for a long time. I'll never fix a 2D printer ever again. Yeah, the ink is insidious and it gets everywhere. Of course, it's rough. So what I need to do is just install this HP 770. I have it, I think, on my other computer where I'm printing like documents and stuff, but this is the printer just in the other room of the shop here. So let me go to printer. I think it's printers and scanners. I think that has an install, add a printer or scanner. Well, OfficeJet Pro 7740, it's right here. I guess that's a scanner. Scanner app, scanner properties, hardware properties, device is working. What the heck? You ain't a scanner, you're a printer. And then the brother has the scanner and printer, but they, see, this is why HP products, man, I'll tell you something, I hate them. Sometimes you can get away with running a head check a couple of times to encourage it to work. I don't know how to initiate that. I think I need to have Brother's software in order to do that. Maybe we'll try that next. Maybe we can get it to spit out whatever is clogging it. Because yeah, it's a pretty pathetic print that I'm getting out of this thing. It's like every other line is coming through. It's a nice printer. Don't give up on that boy. I got it because it's an ink tank, and ink tank printers are initially not very cheap, but they do become cheap if you use them a lot. But the thing is, with the ink tanks, I can refill it with ultraviolet ink if I can get my hands on some. If I never have to touch another HP device, I could die happy. Look, yeah, absolutely same. I agree. This, as you can see, this is an HP household, which I wish we weren't. The people buying the printer, I'm gonna try to do that arm's length thing that I keep doing, where I don't give you guys too many details, even though I'm about to complain about things with too many details. They went out to go buy a new printer, and I said, get something from Brother. And I said, we bought another HP just because it's like our old HP. And then I have to constantly endure the public usage of technology where the person is hunt and pecking one key at a time and go, what is this? Why doesn't this work? What's going on with this? You have to ignore it. You have to just ignore it. You just let them broadcast their questions to the ether. You don't have, I just don't have the mental acuity to go in there and you can darken the ink with the, I would assume that's with the app. So the HP 770 is not showing up as a printer. I don't know what the HP 60A is doing. 8600 is the upstairs. The 770, the OfficeJet Pro 7740, is not just a scanner. But it is listed. Oh boy, that's not really going to do it. Should it be showing up as a network printer? Probably should be. And I could get the IP address. It's just I don't remember. I could go make it print out the page with all that info on it, but I guess what we'll do is we'll try to what are we trying to do? Well, two things. One, I have a printer in the other room that works perfectly fine. This one sat for an extended period of time. So we can try to clean up the print head on this one. Oh, that's a piece of paper on the microscope. That printer is printing like this. It's looking not great. Possibly we can get the data that we need out of this just fine. But alternatively, I can either print it with the other printer or we can try to unbrick this one. It's not really bricked, it's just the head's weird. So I can try to print something that's gonna like torture the head, or I can install Brother software in order to use this thing. Let's look up the, what is this called? Investment tank? Let's see if we can get the software for this. I hate to install more stuff on this computer though. There it is. That's the one. Accept all the cookies. Just give me all of them. It's totally fine. I'm just fine with it. The problem is, I got it because it has a scanner on it. But this one has like a fax machine as well. You know, if I had any other choices, I'd probably get this one or the one all the way on the right. The one all the way on the right would probably be better because then we can get rid of all that stuff in the middle and make it a linear bed. But whatever. Brother. And then download. From Brother. Windows, yeah, 10, 64-bit, that's me. Here I am. Maybe we'll get it for mobile. Full software package. I don't know if I want a 300 megabyte piece of software. Printer and scanner driver for USB. Firmware update. It did its own firmware update at the beginning here. Wireless setup helper, management tool. All right, let's get the printer driver and scanner, not the full program. I'm going to see if we can get away with test prints and stuff. Yeah, Windows already has a driver, but this might come with some extra stuff. I don't know. That's a very weird program name. It's called y20b_c1-hostm-a2.exe. That is as close to not a virus.exe as I think I've ever seen. What is up with these companies? Can you just give it a punchy name? Call it like the Firecat or something. I'm glad your decompression process went well. Where did it put? All right, to the downloads folder. Where did it put it? Oh my God. State modified downwards like that. God damn it, GDI? That's the drivers. Oh my God. Why is it called GDI? It's called God damn it. GDI, huh? Okay, so these are just like the raw drivers. Maybe, I hate to get a 300 megabyte program to run this printer. They're gonna want like, oh, sign up for an account and all that stuff. No, don't re-download the file. All right, we're gonna go with the full software package. As much as I'm going to regret this, it's gonna want me to log in. I really just want it to print a test page. Push comes to shove, I guess we can make a test page out of it. But I couldn't find anything in the settings that would allow me to print a test. Hey, what's up, Brian Labs? How you doing? Yeah, happy Friday, Malo. We're being extraordinarily, extraordinarily distractible. A21.exe. Oh, I guess I've done this before, huh? And the test page in Windows isn't sufficient because we're trying to actually get this thing to run again. The print quality right now is not great. It's not really that good. It's got something to be desired. Select language. All right, we'll go with English. Of course I agree to all that you've written down. Local connection. I do not allow my printer to get onto the LAN. That's dangerous. I'm too lazy to program it, and we've got to plug it in, so whatever. Flexboards, 3D print, and TPU for test fitting. No, we are literally going to print it onto a piece of paper and cut it with a knife. Connect the machine to computer. Sorry, connected. Standard. Yeah, okay, sure. Do whatever you want. Why not? it actually comes to thought that I'm wondering if I've already got this installed. I might actually already have all this stuff installed. We're doing this because I need to print something that's going to refurbish the print head. I needed to do like a torture test, like a test page. Because I think at the dispersal area, the print head has gotten a little dumb. The last ditch effort is to do isopropyl alcohol in the print head. So I'll have to disassemble the printer and do that. This is a pretty necessary part of designing a PCB, by the way. If you have any doubt in your mind that you're not doing the correct thing, you can print onto a piece of paper your PCB and then put the components down on top of it. It's another reason that I think surface mount is vastly superior to through-hole, because you can then just lay out your whole design and go, that's what it's going to look like, and then you go, that's two, and it just goes everywhere, and then you have a nice, good cry. It's a 500 megabyte piece of software. This thing had better do my taxes for me. Would you like to install this? Name, PC, fax. Always trust software from brother. Okay, fine, install it. I've lost to this war. See the pop-up, back to burning bridges, fighting for right to repair. Huh? I don't understand. Paperport is a document management software package that helps you organize access. Next. Nope. Finish. Sign up for a bother account. Go away. Go away. I guess I agree for you to track my mouse and stuff. Please update the software. What? Oh my God. Sure, why don't we? Yeah, go for it, man. I got firmware on my printer that needs updating. Hey, maybe it'll fix the wobbliness that it has. What is this? Status monitor update? Oh my God. The printer software can just go shove it. What in the world? Status monitor update? Is this like the software that monitors the printer, but they called it status monitor? It's like the shadiest program name. I don't like that. Brother status monitor, Local sales subsidiary may send me direct marketing materials about its products and services, subject to the privacy policy of such brother local sales subsidiary. And that brother may associate, oh Jesus Christ, may associate device logs, including but not limited to your product serial number, IP address, status of my product, and information on how I use, oh my God. All of my data is yours. I disagree. I do not want to receive supply offers. That's the status monitor. It says I have no ink. Cancel. I don't want you connecting to the internet. Yeah, I definitely disagree with that. This is it. Visit the Genuine Supplies website. This is why we install printer drivers on servers and just connect the workstation to the said servers. None of the driver bullshit. Yeah, and it doesn't like monitor your every fucking move. Okay, it looks like we have ink. I mean, we have a little bit of ink. There's a little bit. We're running low on yellow, which is what they use for the like identification blotches that they put on every single page. Whatever this is doing, we're closing. New version of the application. I literally just got it off of your website. What are you doing? What is this? Oh, this is never going to be not cursed. I hate the status of printers in current year. Hate it. You're not just buying a product, you're buying an ecosystem. Welcome, fans of printing, to the world of printers. You're now part of our family of printing services. Would you like to buy ink? Here we're family. I literally just want to print one page and then not use this printer for another 8 months. This update removes the option to opt out of data tracking. Yeah, exactly. This status monitor is now going to boot up with the rest of my computer, isn't it? Neat. Where's the setting to turn that off? Look at that. Just one little checkbox right here. Oh, no, you don't get device usage data. No, no, no. And there's no, that's going to be in my tray, isn't it? There it is. Please update your Bother machine software. Yeah, there it is. Look at that. The Xbox didn't close it. It just put it into the tray. Oh my God. Yeah, it's like kernel level. I know, this stuff is insidious. I'm going to have to go through startup apps and stuff in order to get this out of here. Jeez. What's going on with this? Setup is in progress. What did AutoMod get you on? I don't see the AutoMod ones. Or do I? Hold on, let me check. Or do I? Let's minimize that. Where is my Twitch? Oh, it's LAZER. Oh, I want to not let laser into this stream. You guys got to spell laser correctly, even if you're talking about Bob Lazar, which is probably why it's in AutoMod. Also why my house is 15-year-old Xerox laser printer and nothing else. Yeah, that's exactly. I'll allow it. I'll allow it. Oh, that's such a great opportunity for AutoMod though, because then I can have the misspelling of laser. Yeah, the problem is, like, you know, I said get brother products because they're typically a little bit less involved than HP, but this isn't helping them out. I know this is typical printer shit. This is just what you get when you get a two-dimensional printer in your life. You get to be led into the family of 2D printing applications that will constantly use up all of your computer's resources just so that they can sell marketing data on you. But it's not great. I don't like this. This is not a good advert at all. It's the only company that you can buy a printer from that doesn't steal your entire identity. HP wants you to be like wear their t-shirt every day, right? This is abysmal. This progress bar. It's doing stuff because it just closed the program on my computer. But boy, am I not having fun printing things. And the printer and scanner worked before. We were able to scan stuff with it. I was able to print stuff. I can just as easily use it without all this software. All I wanted was a test page. I wanted a torture test page. Oh, now it's just nothing. Now there's just nothing going on. Is it going to come back? Is anything going to happen now? Oh, wait. Something appeared on the taskbar. Oh, there it is. iPrint and Scan has been improved. What is the status monitor? A configurable software tool. Configurable is under debate. That allows you to monitor the status of one or more machines. It's a resident art. Don't you love printing? Your whole job is just printing stuff, right? Here's a software application to help you monitor your printer, even though the printer has a little ink dialog on it that I'm looking at right now on its LCD. My tier list of printers is from best to worst. Epson, Xerox, Canon, Brother, Kyocera, and then everything else, and then at the very bottom, down there with the fucking dinosaur bones, HP. Yes. Yeah, I'm the my positive attitude towards Brother products is starting to kind of dwindle. We're having kind of a cooling effect on the my confidence. Okay, hi, here we are. Okay, god damn it. Son of a bitch. Let me use the printer. 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 Can I use the printer now? Can I use the printer now? That was your relationship with your printer. It's complicated. You know, it really shouldn't be complicated. Epson has two branches, business and consumer. Epson business is great, consumer is terrible. I see. What is that emote? Why is that emote bad? Oh, awkward. That is a very awkward face. Oh my God. Get ready for great deals. I do not agree with this. Oh no, you don't get a maybe later. You don't get a maybe later. You don't get a maybe later. I will never click maybe later. This shit's gonna get uninstalled so quickly. Supplies/machine settings. Oh boy. Approximate page yield in reservoir. What the heck? Okay. Select a file to print, photo or document. This is not what I signed up for. I was hoping to have some kind of a test page. Create workflow. And look at this, buy supplies. It's just right there. Oh my God. Welcome to Printer OS. We're here so that you can do all of your business needs within our ecosystem. Can we all appreciate 3D printers are more straightforward at this point? They are more straightforward. They have more options that work on more universal things. Like you're outputting into an STL. The STL can be interpreted by a bunch of different programs. And then you can outfit your printer with whatever OS you feel the need to put on there, depending on your involvement. You can find OSs that have settings in them already, depending on what driver board you have. 2D printers and 3D printers are totally different ecosystems, and I wish 2D printers had something equivalent at this point, because I would rather be a little bit more involved and not have to deal with this bullshit from every single manufacturer. A quick and easy method to combine the functions of your machine to speed up common tasks. Close. So I still don't have anything in regards to a test page. And the printer itself, what did it do? Why did it open this up on a browser page? All settings. Yeah, that's all settings. Apparently this is all settings. Oh, log in, huh? Oh, it's on the back and it's marked PWD. Okay, all right, so this is a physical password. The printer settings open in a browser. What kind of world are we living in, huh? All right, I gotta look at the back of the printer in order to figure out what the frickin' password is. Need a flashlight to do this. In my own shop, can you imagine? This has been the worst printer setup that I've ever had. Okay, FCC ID. MFC number. Oh, here it is. Dean XW. What a weird password. Weird password. I have logged into my printer settings. Scan, administer, online functions, and network. Print. Email print, quiet mode. No, none of this stuff is a test page. Status doesn't have anything to do with the test page. Fax, print, scan, administrator. Login password, date and time, reset the menu, firmware update, and security settings. None of this stuff is a test page. Is there a test page button on the front of the printer? I don't think so. Take another look. We got fax, scan, copy, web, clear, back, settings. One up arrow has like ink on it, Wi-Fi, there's a little microphone, there's a little page, hook, redial, pause, that's telephone, fax settings. Then there's the keypad, and then I have stop, black, start, and color. I don't see a test page on this thing. Brother Ink investment test page. Oh yeah, tell me about it, AI. To print a Brother Ink investment test page, which essentially means a test page to check your printer's ink quality, navigate to the printer's settings menu on the control panel, usually accessed by pressing the menu button, then find an option labeled ink or print quality and select test print. Print. Ink. General. Sleepy time. Auto power off. Local language volume panel. Check print quality. Here we go. Oh, printer head cleaning. There we go. So, all, strongest, start. Why was that not available to me in the menus? We could have avoided installing all of that software. Strong and strongest will consume more ink. That's fine. Do it. Clean yourself. Clean thyself, you dirty ass nasty printer. According to the website, hit ink and then print quality. I see. I guess I didn't see that when I was rifling through the menus. I didn't see that when I was going through the menus on the physical device itself. We could have avoided installing all of that software. And I'm probably going to uninstall all that stuff. I don't know how cleanly it's going to do, but that could have saved us a significant amount of time and a lot of forehead veins popping out. My blood pressure would be a lot happier with me right now. This thing is paper, right? It's just taking its sweet time. Is it done? No, it's still going. This is presumably going to deep clean this head, and maybe it'll get it working again. I hear a lot of weird noises coming from it. It's like a doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I don't know if it cleans itself by printing or if it has an actual like thing to clean the head. Now it's going some weird noises coming out of this thing. These are unique noises. It's interesting. I don't know how long this is going to take either. The AI description for the stream will be fun. You know, honestly, I think I may have the only good use case for the AI. Doing it like an AI summary, at least to give you a couple jump points into the stream. Because if you're watching a VOD, like, I know it's 5 hours of content, it's tough. I've been through hundreds of my videos in that respect, trying to mark down all the different times when things happen, and I tend to go a little bit too detailed with it. Whereas AI is like, in this part, Bother's working on this, and this part, Bother's working on that. And it actually does split it up. It might not be very reliable, but it does appear to kind of get the gist of what's going on. And that's good for like finding highlights in the video and stuff. I think that's the only decent use case is as an auto interpreter of things that are going on stream. What are you doing? Oh, it's making little noise. It's growling. This had better fix this thing, because the whole premise of today's stream was to do the size test and then get back into laying out traces. But, you know, time makes fools of us all, and apparently these sidetrack sort of things take over. And so our stream where we were supposed to be laying out traces, we end up yelling at printers. I bought this one because it was cheap on eBay. It might be broken. I think we got a good test page out of it, though. I think so. Because I certainly don't need it because it's a fax machine. It'd be really cool if this thing actually told me that it was doing something. I think it's done. So let's check the print quality. So this is going to make submit. Okay, check print quality. Whoa! Dear God, the whole thing is shaking. Uh-huh. Oh, I see. There's the so about that test print. It just spat out 4 pieces of paper. And there's nothing on any of them. And that piece of paper was folded inside of there. Yeah, there's nothing in the tray. Perhaps I've misjudged you, printer. Maybe I need to actually get real paper. It's an origami machine. It's yeah, test print quality, and it spits out a little paper duck. How about you try that again? I mean, putting it on top of the stool the way it is probably pushing up this paper tray and probably making it feed a little bit weirder. All right, Broseph, can you print me a test page, please? Current tray setting letter, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, okay. Yes. Letter. I'm clicking OK as hard as I can, man. Oh, there it is. Okay, all right, there we go. Okay, let's try that again. Print the test page. This thing is in a big damn rush sometimes. Hey, bud. You doing okay? Whoa! What happened? I'm gonna go get more paper. Maybe that's it. Oh my God, this thing is violent. I think I need to put a block of wood under this thing because it's, oh, good. Remember that paper that I put in the tray? Remember that? I don't know where it is now. There it is. Hey, bud. You gonna give me this? Drop it. Hey, drop it. Drop it. Give me this paper, you freaking machine. I have opposable thumbs. Okay. This thing is cursed. I think a wizard put a curse on my printer. I think that's what's going on. We got a curse from a wizard here. See that? It's moving on its own, making Halloween noises. All right, I'm gonna go get more paper. One sec. Blue is just what I was able to find. Time to cast Dispel Magic on it. Yeah, right? All right, if I put this block of wood under it, then, because what I think is happening is the stool is pushing up on that tray. So I need this to be situated on the stool, which is the only place I have room for it, but I need it to not press down on the paper tray, causing it to feed all weird. So I'm gonna balance this in the middle. The whole thing's gonna tip over and, you know, scare the shit out of us. Okay, what's going on there? That's not pushing in all the way. Aha! You bastard. It started to print, though, and the lines look nice and dark, but that's probably because it printed over the... Oh, no, those are holes. Those are holes in the page. Those are actually physically holes in the piece of paper. I thought it printed a couple black lines. It did not. I'm starting to kind of agree with myself that a wizard has cursed my printer. All right, why don't you take this? There we go. That page size, letter, plain paper, click OK. Okay, let's try that again. Why are paper printers still so... Oops, I had a window in front of that. Still so trash after so many years. I swear my 3D printer is more reliable. Mine too. I can literally hit print, and if one thing goes wrong with the print, I will spritz it with Windex and wipe off the bed, and then everything works, even if it's been sitting for months. Ink is a little bit more fiddly. Obviously, feeding paper is tough to do. From an engineering perspective, you've got this smooth cellulose paper or whatever that you have to very gingerly take one sheet out of, and you have to do that for as little money as possible so that your dividends on the printers are high, so you make a lot of money for the company. And I guess for some reason, we can't do that very well. I have a feeling that you could probably make a printer that's pretty good these days by rethinking some stuff. That is the most violent paper snap-up that I've ever heard. Why are you like this? Why are you like this? Is it this paper? This is just regular paper. It's just a little bit blue. What the fuck? It just makes a violent... I tried again, I guess. Print the test page. Oh my God. Whatever's feeding in the paper is doing it violently. Whoa. We got it to kind of print at first. Whatever's going on in there, it's nasty. Like here, let's get rid of this tray, and then we can peek in on it, feeding like a demon. You guys can get a nice view of how it's feeding in this paper. Although this thing is in the way, and I think it says, yeah, current tray setting, okay. You have to hit, so when you put in a tray, right, you hit the right arrow, which means okay. It's too bad there isn't an okay button on this thing, because then you have to navigate down to the setting. Here, I'll show you. So, okay, we put in a new tray. Current tray setting letter, plain, this is like gas pumps with their 10 different controls. It's like there's no unification about, oops, that's the wrong scene, sorry. Trying to get focus on this. Let's do this. I'll brighten it up a little bit. It's not great. Okay, so we feed in a new tray. And so now we have to hit, for yes, we press the right arrow, right? That indicates okay. Too bad there's not an okay button. So now we're in this menu, and I have to navigate down to the okay setting, and I have to hit okay on the okay setting. And now we're into the printer. Who designs this crap? This is like gas pumps where they have 3 different yes buttons on them. I don't know if you guys have experienced that. I know a lot of my audience here is a little bit international, so I don't know if the gas pumps over in your neck of the woods do the same kind of shenanigans as mine do, but they want you to verify with different buttons. It's very, very mad. It's very crazy. Oops. All right, so we're gonna peek in on this. We get the light here, get a little bit of light shining on it. Let's lower the light stand a little bit. There we go. Now we can see everything that's going on. We need to drop down a little bit. I probably need to take it off of this mode. There we go. That's designed for more light getting into it. Okay, so you can see back in the background there, right? There's that sort of hanging feed. So we're going to watch that thing, and we're going to see what happens when I print the test page. The printer company cut the funding to the department who develops the software. It seems like they're completely different departments, especially with the gas pump thing that I'm talking about. It's like they designed a system to use. Oh my God! What the fuck was? Why? It's so violent. Why are you like this? Well, this is a good candidate for me taking it apart and turning it into a linear printer. Why is it so violent? I'm gonna do it again. What? Is it missing something? Is something missing? Is that what's going on? It just ruins the paper. That's all it does. It just violently ruins the paper. Yeah, I might actually have to print it upside down. Why is it so violent? Look at this. Look, ready? Oh, God. What have you done? Why are you like this? Oh. And then I get nothing but a wrinkled sheet of paper on the outset. Who does that? All right, let's take a look at the mechanism. Let's see what we can see here. It's like violent. It's awful. How's it going, Big Gizmo? All right, let's get my mic over here. Microphone, saxophone, microphone, stethoscope. Why do you hate paper? Is it this paper is fairly normal. This is fairly normal paper. It's just that violent roller that like just disintegrates everything. It's possible that I'm missing a piece down here. Because like, okay, the whole printer's falling apart. It's falling apart. So this thing is designed to press down on the paper, feed it in with its little rubbly nubbins. And then over here we have some kind of a thingy. What is that all about? Is that sensing the paper? What is that? Wow. There's some weird stuff down here. Here, let me flip it fully on its back. We're going to fully turtle this thing. Consider yourself turtled. So that flapper catches it. There's like, okay, so here, everything's out of focus. I'll bring you guys in with me on this. Let's see. This is really a sidetrack, but we've got this fancy mangler here. What is rolled in order to catch the paper and flick it up into this assembly. And it's got some weird kind of sensing going on up here. There's some weird kind of like a switch thing in the back. It also has these sort of hanging flaps. But what I don't understand is why this thing has become so violent. It just grabs that sheet and it shoves it up into here where it folds over. The thought is that maybe something is missing back here in the back of the tray. So when it grabs the paper and shoves it back this way, instead of going up like it should, it's hitting up against these things and just folding because something isn't here. That's it sensing the trays in place. That's another tray sensor here and here. And then something's, I don't know, let's take a look at the model number and the parts for it. Yeah, I don't understand. I thought we had this thing printing okay before. And I guess what I could do is just manually feed in the piece of paper. Let's see here. Well, actually, what I could use is like a diagram. I don't think the manual is going to be really that helpful. This may not be the right printer. No, it's not. It's going to be hard because it's like a current printer, so the parts may be hard to find. All I need is a picture of the tray to see if our tray looks right. Maybe look up a tray. Tray, paper tray. Paper foldinator is really what it is. I love how irrelevant all of the results are. Just complete irrelevance. I think I can feed a piece of paper from above, and maybe that'll fix our problem. Because it's currently just violently yeeting the piece of paper into the back end and folding it, and I think it has something to do with the way that it's going up from the back of the tray. I think maybe there's a missing part there. I was only given the tray and the little upper piece. Come on now. Show me the right thing. All right, well, let's try manually feeding a page from above. Maybe that'll do it. I just can't seem to find relevant results. They're all just trying to sell their printer and not give me pictures of parts. I need pictures of Spider-Man. Yeah, like in this one, for instance, you can see there's like a little, no, that's not the ramp that I thought it was. Nope, never mind. Example, not good. Example thwarted. I don't understand. We don't have any like diagrams or anything to help us out with this, so. I mean, is that what's supposed to be there? It kind of looks like it is. What does this piece do? There's like a rubber piece back here, I guess. And then this is just adjust the width there, but it's just got this grate on the back end. And whatever's catching it here, basically it gets yeeted up against there and it catches. Yeah, it's okay. Weird. All right, so let's try it without the tray, and then I'm going to manually feed a piece of paper in there. I don't know. How do you do that? How does one do that? I think that's what this green thing is. So if I flip her over again. Oh, God. Printer parts coming out of my wazoo. Okay. Take a look at this side. This goes in like this. Will it allow me to feed a piece of paper manually? It might not, actually. I'm not sure what would pick it up. In the back, is there something back here that I can deploy? Yes, there is. Okay. Aha! I have opened a thing. Oh, this is to get rid of pages that may feed improperly. This is where we're loading in another piece of paper. Aha! Why is this so weird? Printers are weird. And it's like these, I think, are supposed to be something that catches the page, but instead it just mangles it. I don't know how you work, printer. Well, let's feed manual paper. And then normal page. Just to see that the ink head is terrible, right? Yes, there we go. It made a noise. All right, so let's, yeah, I'm still futzing with the printer. It's been obnoxious, to say the least. Print the test page. Check the device is not currently being, oh. Current tray settings, yes. Okay. Please put the paper tray 1 firmly back in the machine. But I'm manually feeding the paper. What are you on about? I can't function without all of my stuff in place. Ooh, look at me, I'm a printer. Okay, print test page, go. That made paper mangly noises. Why did it crush my paper? It's like wrinkled. It's like wrinkled over here. What the heck is your problem? What, do I need to put several pages in? Oh, it's still feeding in. What the hell? It like yeeted out a piece of paper and then partially took in this one. What the fuck? Oh. What's going on? Oh, you guys can barely see the screen. It's just telling me to press arrow to the right with a dot. And then it says press back to stop printing. Yeah. Oh, I guess that's to continue feeding or something. What the fuck is this thing doing? No paper fed. Okay, here's multiple sheets of paper in your paper hole. Uh-oh, it's grabbing them all. No, give me this back. Give me all this back. God, you suck. What is wrong with this thing? Oh, I see. I'm only supposed to do one sheet at a time in here. There's your one sheet of paper. Dog hair stuck in a roller. It's a defective shredder. God. Now you know why I said I'm done taking care of stuck 2D printer problems. Yeah, I hear you. Watching Bother mumbling to himself while troubleshooting is one of my favorite pastimes. You know, wait, I can't click OK. No paper in feed tray. Oh God, this is something else. Like, yeah, there's no paper. I intentionally did not give you paper. Because you're not responsible enough for paper. You just shove it into your paper hole, and then it explodes inside the printer. I can hear you crunching that piece of paper. And there's no printed anything on it. What's going on with this fucking thing? I am beside myself right now. I can't believe this. How defective is this device? And it's probably, if I open this thing up, there's probably a piece of paper stuck in it. Nope, nothing stuck in it. So I've got the manual feed fed in. When I go to print a test page, it feeds a piece of paper first and then goes to print the test page. It has to be the wrong slot. This is the manual feeding slot. I don't know. Look, and then it just shoved a piece of paper into itself. Let's go spit it out the front with nothing on it. This is shit. Wow. It crinkled a piece of paper. What did I do to deserve this printer? Bought it off of eBay is what I did. There's no way that it could be this bad. Well, it is out of 2 of the inks, so maybe I do just need to replace this ink. I have ink to replace it with. I have a Canon. I had the same issue. I don't know what the hell is like. I don't know how I could fix it. So we've got plenty of black ink. I need to do the other 3, and that I suppose is what these are. So had to add paper to the front tray. Yeah, like it wouldn't print without paper in here, but I'm trying to manually feed it from the back, and it's not even accepting it for some reason. Strange issue. Yeah, it says it's out of 2 of the colors, so I might as well just pop some new ones in. Then I'm holding on to these old tanks because these will, I'll modify them unless they have chips in them. Give me this back. Very little actual ink inside of the tank. You know, it's supposed to be a tank. It's supposed to be like a bin that's full of ink. New way to nickel and dime us. So we're all in the ground. My old brother laser printer was really great. That thing lasted forever. And I could replace the toner just as powder. Open the ink cartridge cover door. What the fuck are you talking about? No ink. Look, there you go. All ink. Why is it saying no ink cartridge? That's ridiculous. How are you sensing that you have cartridges? You have a little thing in the back. Oh, did I not? Do I need to? No, this has the connector in the back. Does it have a sensor on the top that it's not? Ah! Yeah, it's got a little 4-pin connector on the top. And this is Brother Ink. think is that a band? I'm trying. Turn it off and turn it back on. 3-pin. Uh-oh, wait a minute. This one has a 3-pin jobby on the top. This one has a 4-pin. What the? Oh, is it capable of doing that? Because, like, get the 2 blue things here. Try not to touch it. Three-pin or 4-pin? These are both from Brother. And I looked it up very specifically, so it should be okay. I looked up printer ink for this model, so yeah, that is a 3-pin connector up top. I can see the 3 pins. 3 pins up there. Interesting. Interesting. So, can I pop the chip out and put it into the other one, or do the chips register it as... Well, let's try... I'm going to try the turning it off and turning it back on thing. We'll try that first. Try that first. Busy. Try again later. No, I don't think you understand. I'm turning you off. Okay, you get the plug pulled on you. You're getting the plug pulled. I do not accept no as an answer when I go to turn off a device. You are now unplugged. Unceremoniously shut down. And then plug it back in. It'll probably say no ink cartridge if I'm correct about this. Oh, it plays a little song. Yeah, no ink cartridge. All right, so we need to do a little cartridge surgery. I didn't know I was getting the wrong ones. It's actually kind of weird that you would be able to do that at all. A 3-pin connector versus a 4-pin connector. So what we're able to do, because we are us, because we are who we are, we can pop those chips out of the old ones and put them in the new ones. That's what I'm doing, yeah. Swap the PCB over. A little bit more hacky than I had hoped for. It's not like I have a working printer exactly. I can't believe I had to pull the plug in order to turn the thing off. Because it was like, I don't have ink. I can't turn off right now. It's like, what? What are you talking about? All I want to do is print just a little test for the PCB. These are the exact same design. It is criminal that they would do this. Yeah, and you can buy alternative chips on like eBay. What is the model number? LC406 versus LC3037. So they are different numbers. I very specifically looked up my printer and it said that these were fine, and I bought them so long ago that unfortunately I'm stuck with these. What does it say on the packaging? I kind of tore the package into 50 pieces. Investment tank. 1,500 page yield. LC3037 PKS. There's not a ton of information. I probably should have gone through the printer manual, I guess. But by all means, like, they're the same exact design. None of the printers listed are yours. Bottom left to the front. Oh, really? Oh, damn it. All right, whatever. Whatever. Not like the design is any different. It's literally the same thing. I mean, by all means, all of the components that go into it are exactly the same. The distances are the same. They're carbon copies of one another. All except for the chip on the top. That's kind of incredible. So the question is, I mean, if they're writing to this one, have they written, because it actually looks like this is the same. They changed links through different models. What? This would be the difference between the two here. And it looks like one is offset. So it seems as though, and look at where the contacts are. You can see the contact patches hit the same, they hit the 3 pins. Even though there's 4 on this one, the 3 pins are still hitting. But it doesn't recognize this as a valid cartridge. Yeah, why would they change the, it's very annoying. Does the plastic leg on top tell the printer if you've got ink? It might, I don't know. It might just be like a pump. It's shorter on the one side? That might just be parallax. Not for resale. I'm gonna get ink on me if we continue this. Is there a lost plate inside the printer? That's what I was thinking, is there's some kind of a, like a feed plate at the back that's supposed to guide the paper up. The fin on the top or the bottom? The fin. You mean this white thing inside of here, right? Oh, the fin. Oh, look at that. No, that's not ink left. That's just a feature. And the new one has a shorter fin. So is that fin going to interface with anything? It may just be a guide. You guys can't really see in. I get a flashlight here. I see the guide for the fin. Oh, wait, there might be something in there. Is that a switch at the back? No, I think it's just plastic. It's hard to see whether or not there's something up in there. Does that doesn't get pushed back? No. No, because it loads back and then up. There's a PCB behind there, but I don't see anything in that guide. I think it's just a guide. And it looks like the 3 pins do interface. It just doesn't like what it's hearing from my printer. If I swap the chip on the top, I wonder what that does. Wonder if it'll actually print. Yeah, because this is the real one, and that's cayenne. And this is the new one. Yeah, it fits in just the same. It just doesn't speak the language. So I think my only option here is to swap the chip. I know one fell off of my, all I know is I gotta get a flashlight, take a look. I don't know, man. Can't have a way to make sure that it's in there. Maybe, I mean, these both fit in just the same. So whatever's holding it in there is pretty much the same. And yeah, if there's like some kind of a switch on it, but the old one, yeah, the old one has the longer fin. So if there is a switch back here, I don't really have much to lose here, so I'm just going to swap the chips over and see what happens. There, the provisions for holding in the chip aren't there, but I can use some double-sided tape. I'm going to cough. I can use a little foam tape to hold it in. Yeah, this is a little bit different. Okay, so I'm gonna remove one of these. So let's get the old one out first. Get my tweezers. Where are my tweezers? Where are my tweezers? Where have they gone? There's a spudger. Sometimes things just get pushed when I'm working. Tweezers. Huh. We weren't really doing much with them. These are the other ones. Those aren't those aren't the ones that I'm looking for. Did they fall down over here? I would like my normal tweezers, because they're there. So I can get under that board. So how do you want to get out of here? It's held down by the little tabs, huh? It looks like it may be glued. Remember that the dot is over here. All right. I don't want to break the board. I kind of want to be a little careful with it. Yeah, it seems to be made very fragile. It's pretty fragile. Might be flexi. Father-brother surgery. Oh, geez, that was bad. I don't have much to lose here. I mean, if I break it, then I just need to buy the right ink this time. So maybe I'll just wrench it a little. It's gone. where did it go? Okay. So somewhere over here, this thing flipped up. Somewhere. Yeah, I certainly did. We definitely got it off of there. I wonder if it would be possible to reprogram the one that's the 4-pin one to properly speak with the 3-pin one. Because we do a lot of surface mount stuff, I got good eyes for it, so I was able to spot this thing. This looks like it might have broken permanently. So how are you? Where do you get off? I mean, in all likelihood, it's probably power, SDA, and SCL or something like that, right? It's a one-wire interface of some kind. This is not, no, this isn't a, this has the chip in it. So, and the chip is there to verify authenticity. But I mean, I could just go eBay and do brother ink tank chip. I'd have to refine my search a little bit, but like you can buy just the chips. Yeah, here we go. Just little takeover, you know, little spoofing devices that are basically just an I2C memory or some kind of memory, the EEPROM of some kind. Why are you not listening to me? I said back. Oh, it's a new page. All the different types. Really, that's on GitHub. Oh, that's pretty impressive. Just able to rewrite the firmwares for stuff. So I guess I could try to get the 4-pin out. Just like a t-shirt with a chip on it. That's pretty funny. Yeah, they think they're so clever with these little memory chips, but you can just buy new ones. So this is, whoa, wait, that's different. This one is very fragile, seems. I wonder if using heat would be the better way to do this. That's a lot of force that I got to put into it. I don't like that. Yeah, they're using some kind of a real tacky glue on this to hold this thing together. I don't want to melt things. My hot air typically melts stuff. I don't like that about my hot air, but it's just something that it does. Just try to work this in. I'm actually making progress. There you go. It seems like it's literally just double-sided tape. Very strange. Okay, so this has the dot facing forwards, and the 3 pins have to be over to the left. So this is like, we'll verify it with the other one first. That's like that. Ish. I'm not even sure. I could have cracked the chip getting this thing out. Now that I know the shape of everything, I can do it more easily, but it doesn't look very good. They used to have these on little PCBs, but what's up, Uncertified Electrician? How you doing? We're trying to fake our printer ink today because Father bought the wrong brand. Well, it's from Brother, but it's for a different model, and they decided to go to a 4-pin connector instead of a 3-pin connector, which is a kind of an insane thing. This is like the worst of the modern printing age. That'll make contact like that. We can see if the printer will accept it. It'll probably be like, it's totally out of ink. Too many prints. Ah, where did it go? Looks like I need double-sided tape on this just to hold it in place. Oops. Okay, you wait there. You wait there. I'm going to get double-sided tape. If this works, it's going to be kind of funny. I don't think it's going to work because it's likely they're writing data to the chip, and so the chip is probably how it knows how much ink is left. Although the white bar of plastic may be the way that it does that, to be honest. I'm leaving my fingerprint behind. I don't know. We'll just try it. It can't do all that much harm. Yeah, that's exactly it. It's just glued in there. But yeah, to what end? Oh, that's the 4-pin one. What is that doing there? Where the 3-pin? Oh yeah, it fell in here. That's right. It's waiting. It's waiting for us. There. Yeah, I'm super curious too. I've got to see whether or not this will do anything. Let me just get rid of the excess tape. The problem is I'm probably going to unseat it by messing with the tape that I put on. Did I actually cut it, or did I get caught on something? I didn't feel the cut. This isn't super duper sharp at the moment. I just don't want it to catch and throw the chip all over the place. When this thing goes, you're out of ink, suddenly. Give me this. Men verify. Come on. Let's go. Give me the thing. Out. Out. Excess tape. Leave. Damn it. This is getting so annoying. Got to do printer surgery with a scalpel and everything. All right. Near enough as makes no difference. We'll give it a shot. I ended up getting a LaserJet after all the printer fixings. I still have the inky printer though. Yeah, I like my laser printers. I like them. Okay, so replacement blue meets old cayenne and red. This one is definitely out. Look at that. There's nothing there. You can see that there's no ink. I wonder if I could pour ink into this with a syringe. Yeah, look at that. And this little thing is all the way down. I think this may be how it senses the ink level. But okay, let's put these back in and see if the printer recognizes them as being legit, and let's see if it gives us more blue as a result. Okay, all right, there we go. It's yellow. This one's magenta. And then this is our sneaky blue. Damn it. No ink cartridge. I mean, it appears to have seated. I don't know. Looks like the contacts are probably on the right spots. I can kind of nudge it a little bit. Maybe that'll make it contact a little better. Yeah, it's saying no ink cartridge blue. So our install might be off by a little. Or I broke the chip. That actually may be what happened, is I broke the chip. Nope, still no blue. Yeah, I probably messed it up. When part of the little PCB folded, it might have broken the chip. And so the chip's not responding. Try it like that. Same message. All right, well, I'm going to have to come up with a new strategy then. And I'm going to have to buy the stuff that actually fits, the LC406 instead of the LC30 whatever. I checked the model numbers. There must have been a similar model number on there. Yeah, it's just not. Either the contacts aren't making contact or I blew it up when it flew off of the top of the ink cartridge. That's like $60 that I just ate. I can't believe that they fucking, like, the design is exactly the same. Maybe I could have gotten a syringe and poked it in the top there and emptied this and put it into this. What is that top piece doing? It's just like a catch. Huh, what is that? Oh, does that open up air for the top of the tank? That may be, yeah, that may be what it's doing. It's just opening air up. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I don't actually know. I don't actually know. Made you ink yourself? Oh, yeah, I got a little tiny bit. It's from this back here. Well, let's deal with that before it gets all over the place. What happens if there's no chip? It's the same exact thing that it's doing right now, which is just telling me that there's no cartridge in there. It just says, no cartridge, sorry. You're SOL, buddy. Is that coming from this one? Yeah, it came from this one. Because I opened up that vent, so it started leaking out of the bottom here. Same with you? Yeah, same with you. little bit of inky poo. All right, well, that was a disaster. Insert another $75 to continue. I know, I'm gonna have to print this on another printer. We were gonna do arts and crafts today, just not in this respect. It does seem though, I mean, looking at the contacts of these things, it seems as though the pins are actually contacting. I bet you could do like a firmware update and it would enable the use of the other cartridge. That's so obnoxious though, I'm so mad. With that, I think it's a good time to rage quit. I think that's a Friday rage quit at the expense of my printer not having the right inks in it. Although, you know, we can try to get this to print in another printer, and maybe we'll take a look at that. But now I've got all this insidious fucking software on my computer that I did not need. Cover is open. Oh no. You know what's happening now is I'm unplugging your ass, and then I'm uninstalling everything brother related on this computer. Close that. Get out of here. Of course, this software never closes. It goes to the tray, where you have to right-click on it and then click exit. Please update your machine. Exit. Print, scan, offline. Exit. And of course, that's going to come up when I start up the computer. What is that one? NVIDIA settings. Okay, so everything else is fine. I'll have to look for the exact model number for the ink. This is a LC 3037. God, that's annoying. It better not say you purchased this once before. No way, absolutely not. I'm going to find a better price than that. That is ridiculous. $108 to keep my printer fed? Hell nah. Well, the problem is that chip is broken, and so it won't, unless I find a Brother LC3037 chip. No, no, no. Chip resetter for Brother. That's 45 bucks. What does it have in the top? There's a little 4-pin jobby on it. That's kind of fun. So you can get the resetter. Well, the problem is I broke that cartridge, so I'd have to buy one of the cartridges. Or I could get some imitation-y. That doesn't quite look right, does it? What does that have on the top? I don't even see. It looks like that thing is a lot shorter than on the other one. What are we looking for specifically? It's LC. Oops, where's that? Where's the old one? LC 406. LC 406. Why aren't these standardized? Because these companies are evil. LC 406 ink cartridges for Brother blah, 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 blah. That doesn't look right. Yeah, they change it up. Yeah, just buy a new printer instead of buying ink. That's probably where this thing came into its own on eBay. What is this model number called? Model number, Modele. Oh, I see. MFC J4335DW. J4335 MFC J4335DW. So this is my ink, apparently. And this is a 4-pack, and it's 30 bucks. Let's just see what the Amazon has on that. Yeah, I searched for the wrong one. 69. Another $60 for the black ink too. That sucks. These look like a different design though. I guess it's compatible. And I'm looking at this chip area and it doesn't look right to me. We'll see about like chip programming. Is there any sort of a cheaty little chip that I could? Yeah, you can buy the programmer. This is 4 pins though. Yeah, that's LC30. We need 40. There is a variety of different cartridges. I guess the design varies a little bit. So here's LC30. It's the 4 pin. Ours are 3 pins. I love how there's a whole market for these, the cheaty devices, because all it is a little EEPROM on a board. 406, what do they call it down here? They called it complete ink cartridge chips for brother. So chip was the good search term. But I guess they're just not that popular. I was hoping that I could find something, because we're going to have to spoof it with UV ink. I had 3 different models of Epson. They all took different inks. They just like constantly redo the designs on these things. I don't think there was any big breakthrough that made them do the ink tank in the particular way that they do. The thing about like a professional ink tank printer, you literally have a hose that goes into a tank of ink. That's why they are so cheap. But now ink tank printer, the terminology has made it into the consumer market as this new amazing thing where you've got these little tanks that you replace that have the ink in it, instead of the whole print head being on the cartridge, which means the company gets to save a lot of money when they get it to you, but they're charging similar, if not more prices. They go, look, you have more ink now, so you owe us more of your hard-earned money. Index C, thank you for subscribing for 44 months. I really appreciate that very much. Index C, that's an old name in this stream. You guys are awesome. Yeah, they put the cartridge behind safety bit locks. So you want a refilling ink cartridge. I want the capability of, because I'm going to be refilling it with UV ink, which means I'll probably have to buy the new cartridge, pour it out, and then put ultraviolet. I still haven't found a source for ultraviolet ink though. But if I can mess with the chip, then I could, you know, operate it that way. Also, if I knew anything about the protocol for the chip, LC40, let's just do this on Google generic and see if there's anything. Refilling technique. I bought the blah, 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 and I was happy the ink cartridge came with it, blah, 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 blah. Tried the internet to find it. I believe found an answer. I bought this printer in the summer of 2022 as I homeschooled through. Boy, people talking like about, oh, back in 2022. It's really strange for me. Used the heated darning needle to melt a small hole in the top back end of each cartridge. Then I stuck the syringes through, refilled the cartridge. I refilled this cartridge twice. Each time they were approximately half full. I have printed over 3,000 pages since September 22nd. The printer is still chugging. The ink volume shows that the reservoir is full, and how does it know? And the cartridge has a little left in it. Mind you, these are the original starter cartridges that came with the printer at the time of purchase. Update, things go blah, blah, blah. Found YouTube how to do it, drilled a hole, refilled the ink, but the levels still show the same. Was there a trick? Yeah, see, I wanna reprogram this thing. Plus, we ruined one of the chips, so. Lemon juice secret message. Yeah, I mean, there are probably how-tos and stuff like that online. And I probably could have done that. It's just that we broke the cartridge. If I got some of my syringes, we could have, we should have done that. We should have done that first. I should have had that voice in the back of my head. Should have been a little bit angrier at me and told me the secrets, that I would break one of these things trying to remove it because it's glued in so well. What we could have done is taken these cartridges that I have that are totally useless now and done the hole in the back, taken a syringe, extracted, moved the ink over, and I think then it may have worked again. But now I'm off. I gotta either buy the $60 ones or the $25 ones and hope that they are compatible. I don't see any pins on those. and chip fits LC406. Look, it's just got like a chip hole in the back. Try another printer. The other printers don't work at the moment. This computer doesn't work with the other printers at the moment, is what I'm trying to say. So I can try, I can try to print it upstairs. Brother, memory chips. What are we doing? Are we selling it? Need a new serial number every time. What? Can't use the same serial number as the previous one. Interesting. There's that 3 pins. Although this is a totally different design. Who is that guy? Who are these people? Inkjet chip is designed to block third-party cartridges by using serial numbers and memory to reject using the same number twice. Apex have engineered a solution for this, but resellers need to track customers' serial numbers to minimize potential for chip protection. Printers that use LC430 and 436 and LC402, this is 406. Oh, LC406 right there. USA. Keep memory of the last cartridge used. Tips on how to manage this new anti-competitive move to save you money. So I guess that you can order it from them. Back to the dot matrix. I gotta get all my paper that's all connected to itself. LC223 for black ink. This one is still 406. They're still 406. Yeah, I think I'm just out a little bit of money getting some new cartridges. But if I need to, I can go to Cartridge Universe. That's the AI summary. Huh. Don't remove this chip. Yeah, I guess there are services for it. Here's an AliExpress. No, that's for something else. That's for a different thing. Chip resetter. It's still silly that they would sell you an ink tank printer and have all this serial number nonsense. Printer's counting drops, not monitoring ink levels, so most likely notify you that it's once it's exhausted. It's not my question. Okay, whatever. It's all distracted. Epson, all-in-one 2. Epson. Yeah, I don't know if they have these yet. Calca ink cartridge chip resetter, all for one. It's on Amazon. But no 406 on this. It's a different one. How much do these things cost? $17. Oh man, that would be fun. I can make something with pogo pins if I can find code. A printer with 2XX supports aftermarket cartridges? Does it? I didn't know that. 120 millimeter bulk kit for bother. Yeah. So what do? They drill a big hole in the back and then squirt it in. So I could do that, but I got my Epson up there. So to refill these printers successfully, it's mandatory to own at least 2 cartridges of each color. Although you only refill 1, the second cartridge is still needed to get the printer to accept the refilled cartridge. The second cartridge must be full or empty, compatible or original. Wow. Okay. So I guess I'm going to get a set of cartridges, and then I need to get a second set at some point. I wish I had known that ahead of time, because then I could have bought if I had bought the proper second set. That's kind of interesting. Clive did a series of videos on the eco tanks and re-inking them. I miss Big Clive. I don't subscribe to Big Clive. I love him. He's amazing. But I don't subscribe because I don't want to end up being like Big Clive. I don't want to take any personality tips from him in my respect for the man and his content. So do they know? Is it just it's just a serial number thing? So it's not worth reprogramming or resetting. I guess it's doing something else to sense it. There's a lot of these. So they don't have the 406. That's what, LC 406? LC 406. Yeah, they don't have it. So you just swap between two compatible chips. I guess I got to throw everything out and buy at least the black cartridge. I'll be able to only buy one for, but the rest of them are Turbo F. And they have resetters and refillers for just about everything else. ARC auto resetter chip. Mine's not on that list. It is 3 pins though. Hey. Hey. Man, I hate the lengths that we've had to go in order to get these people to stop being sleazy about their ink cartridges. LC203. So yeah, okay. Well, now I know. Now I know. Why though would it do? Oh, because when it sees a new serial number, it'll then register. It'll say, "Hey, this is a full tank." I think that's the reason that you have to swap back and forth. So I wonder if my 3-pin, the 3-pin thing that I have here, will still work. It just, yeah, it might be. That might be the case. It might still work. So I guess I'll hold on to this 3-pin jobby, just in case. But yeah, we've learned a lesson today about compatibility in these ink cartridges. And it's a shame that this specific model, the 40, whatever this thing is, the 406, doesn't have sort of the ecosystem that other tank cartridges have, where you can set the chip with a USB plug. It's a bother printer, yeah. Brother, ink cartridge chip just alone. Get out of here. Ink cartridge chip. And we're looking specifically for the LC406. LC406. We'll give it this, maybe not give it the C. We'll just do LC406. Ew. Oh, these are refillable. They look kind of gross. What the hell plastic are you all using? So I guess this is a refillable one, and they've got the little serial code up top. Oh, here we go. Disposable chip. See, I don't know if that is going to fit, though. Because, like, on these, there's this whole plastic thing where the chip goes. And I guess that would have to stick out from the, from the mount. I guess that's what that little restricted neck is. And it goes back here. The 3 ones look like this. It's very similar. It just goes up into the corner there. And then I guess the rest of that PCB would come out here. Oh, it looks like it would go this way. It would go in this direction, which is not really that compatible. 4 verse 3. Huh. Yeah, where's this all gonna go? Oh, wait, it's got 2 little notches on it. Is that for going up against this here? Maybe that is what that is. So it would go all the way back to here. And those 2 little notches would rest either on that or, huh. All right, well, that's very weird and interesting. How much would it be for those refillable tanks? $20. So you'd be out like 40 bucks, and you would be able to swap between the two, and then it would continue to print with refills. America? Yeah, that one's America. This one have the chips already? Yeah. See, they just sit there on the top like that. And then I guess these don't have that little lever. I don't know what that lever's all about. So maybe I should order 2 of those, and then I can just get the ink. That's probably the better way to do it. And we'll revisit the printer and make sure that it works again at a later date. This was supposed to be troubleshooting in AutoCAD. We were supposed to be doing this, and then I would get an X-Acto knife, and I'd cut very carefully, not X-Acto, I did scalpel, and cut very carefully around the perimeter of the board, and we'd have a piece of paper that represents our board. I could just throw that down onto the keyboard and make sure everything is in the right position. But until I get a printer working, I'm unable to do that. So this is a rage quit. We're about a half hour earlier from where I would normally. 2D printers are always an adventure. I'm still a little worried about that printer, the feed of the paper being so violent, and I fear that I'm missing something in like the back of the printer, because it really does shove that piece of paper in there a little bit too violently, and it feels like I'm missing something. Maybe we go back to parts diagrams here. Back it out. I don't know what you're talking about there. Brother, what is the model number was L something something something. Now it doesn't need oil. Everything functions okay. MFCJ 4336. MFCJ 4336. And there's more to it. 433. Oh, it's 5. No, it's 4336. Is that a 5 or? Oh my God, my eyes just went all weird. 4335 DW. Diagram. Nah, it's nothing about tensioning or anything like that. It's. I think I'm missing a part. Product safety guide, no. Drivers, no. Licensing remarks, no. Bradman, Microsoft Azure, what the? BR admin. Product safety guide or the quick setup guide. Neither of these are really gonna, well, let's do the quick setup guide at least. Ah. Okay, so the back of the tray is supposed to look kind of janky with the little things. That is actually totally fine, huh? You're not. This isn't helping. We weren't even able to get the test page to print. The thing was terrible. Hooking it up to the phone. Hooking it up to the other phone. How many phones are we going to connect with this printer? Who prints stuff from their phone? That's crazy. Brother, investment shoves paper. Toner smears or runs, no. Cleaning jams, no. It's literally just shoving it into the back of the machine. Handling and printing problems. This is just going to be the same advice no matter what. Page is smudged. No, I don't think you understand. This thing is yeeting the paper into the back. This is just going to say clean the roller. He's just going to clean it. It's just going to be clean the roller, right? Okay, I'm getting seasick from this. Woof. Wrinkled or creased pages. Make sure your machine is clean. Inkvestment says it's overpriced without telling me it's overpriced. Yeah. I got it because it's an ink tank printer. I didn't know anything about the chips that it had. I could have done a little bit more research on that. But the whole appeal was that it was an ink tank printer. We're going to take over the whole paper feed and make that into a linear feed. I haven't figured that out yet. That's going to be some microcontroller-y stuff, but we should be able to do a good job with that. It's just, this thing should print just fine on a regular sheet of paper. And if it's having paper feed troubles, if the paper feed is the reason that this thing doesn't work, that's fine, because we're going to replace it. So, all right, I'm getting mad at this thing, so we're going to stop. We're just going to stop because I'm annoyed that for some reason this thing is yeeting the page all the way to the back of the printer and just crushing it against itself. Perhaps it's the paper. I don't really think it is. I don't understand why it's doing what it's doing. We've been through the ringer with the ink though, and I'm ostensibly out of ink. I should not have messed with the one cartridge. It may still work. I need to get new cartridges in because it won't accept a new cartridge until it has a new serial number. So I don't know if I want to get like the refillable ones, and maybe I can just drill out the cartridges that I have and put that ink into refillable ones, and then that will usher us in to where I have UV ink in a set of cartridges, a set of empty cartridges. PC load letter, what does that even mean? Yeah. But you can see the results of a fine day messing with printed nothing. Nothing printed today. Oh man, what a bag of piss. That's really, really annoying. I don't know, some days the shop messes with you, right? You might want to practice with refilling ink. It's super messy. I don't know. I know what I'm doing, man. I know what I'm doing. I can do it just fine. Maybe I can get like an ink kit. I know you need the long syringes for it, so. I can transfer liquids with syringes. I do it all the time. Is the clamp a weight for the tripod? Yeah, that is exactly what it is. The tripod needs a little bit of weight on it. Otherwise, it is very sort of wobbly, and the weight on the front from the light is a little bit off. So having that extra weight really helps kind of keep this in place and makes it a good third light. Heads up, printing with empty cartridges can burn the print head. Well, maybe that's what happened a little bit, but we never even got a good print out of the thing because of the paper feed issue. Did someone try to make jam out of the paper? It's fruit-like enough. I know, it's this blue paper that I found in the closet with all the other office supplies that nobody was using. Super annoying that this thing didn't work today. I'll just find a different printer, but I was pretty sure that we had that printer in pretty decent shape. Did we try printing from the paper feed? Maybe we didn't try that, and that's what happened today. And then when it went to print a test page, it fed the piece of paper through the whole printer, and it spat out the one sheet. And you're only allowed to load one sheet at a time. So then it started printing over nothing. And I think it was trying to do color prints the whole while. This yellow tank is very empty, though. This thing is very, very empty. So hopefully it didn't harm anything. Oh no, there's still a little tiny bit of ink in the bottom of the yellow cartridge. I see a little bit down there. So we potentially didn't blow up the head. I don't think we messed with it. Yeah, that's what I'm going to try to do. Get the cartridge out of there and see if I can put it in a bowl of alcohol. And I've got plenty of isopropyl. Well, right now, what's going on in the printer itself is that there is still ink in the tube leading up to the print head. So it's not like it's going to burn out. And these cartridges had just a little bit of ink left at the bottom. Like this yellow one. You can see it's right there. There's bubbles. So in no way was this thing dry. It was just left to sit for an extended amount of time. So it's possible that the ink just clogged whatever's on the head. So I'll dip that in some isopropyl, and that'll probably open it up again. Hopefully get it to work. The paper feed issues, I don't know what I'm going to do about, because it's weird behavior from the paper feed. That's something that I'll have to figure out. And then And then I have to call an exorcist to help get all the software off of the computer, now that I know it's totally useless. But all right, anyway, my nice printer sat so long, I think I'll just take it apart. The problem with modern printers and turning them into some kind of a motion platform is that they're using like transparency with slatches on it in order to do optical sensing of positions. And so what you'll have is universal DC motors, some of them with gearboxes, all over the printer because they're cheap. And then the optical sensors equally super duper cheap. Roller or battle line, I think whatever's sensing that the paper gets up into the thing, or because that's what I was looking at. I was looking at whether or not I'm missing something. Something has to usher the paper up and around. And what's happening is it's shoving the paper in and then folding it. It's just kind of crushing it at the back of the machine. I don't know what's going on. So bad roller, bad alignment, it feels like it's just not scooping. Very weird. What a bunch of annoyance. Gotta deal with all that and the fact that they redesigned the cartridges. I'm thinking I'll probably buy a 2-pack of the AliExpress cartridges. And then when that gets in, I can do all that ink work, you know, glove up and get the syringes ready and do the transfer. At least I could transfer the ink out of the new ones. Oh, blue is very, very little ink in blue. Yeah, because I've got these new cartridges that I spent like $60 on that are just not going to work in this thing. And you need 2 sets because the serial number is registered for the printer. And so having broken one of the chips, potentially, it might actually still work. But yeah, that means I don't have the swap in set. Because you could literally just swap them in, turn your printer on, have it register them, swap them out for the old ones, and then it'll accept it. Sometimes things get knocked around. Maybe that's the case. We'll have to do some printer dissecting, I guess. Maybe we'll come back and do that at some point. Or I'll spend my Saturday doing that, and I'll save you guys with the details. Well, it is kind of fun, more fun if we work on this together. Yeah, I could make a flat flex thing that sits on the top of the cartridge. I just don't know anything about how it's programmed, like what numbers are the serial numbers or how to get information on there. And you can buy these, although, you know, I guess these sit at the top of the thing, because these are for, oh, I see, these are specific model numbers. Wait a minute. We're 4335, and that's not on this list. Oh, 4335DW, there we go. Okay, so for $6, I could get a set of the chips with the proper stuff in it. I don't know what numbers this thing needs. I don't know what it wants. If I did, then, you know, if I got a second set and I bought just one of these, oh, it looks like you can just swap them out. So I could do that. I could just buy one set and swap them with the other chips. I love how hacked this stuff is. They tried, you know, these companies, they keep trying and trying and trying. They go, oh, this time we'll put the serial number and we won't accept another serial number. And then, you know, the consumers go, well, we read the chip and we changed the serial number and now it works. You stop trying this shady crap with us, printer companies. All right, yeah, I guess that's it for me. Let's update the command here. I'll be back on Tuesday. Hold on, where's my Discord window? There it is. I gotta update my commands manually because OctoJ is dead. No, he's just busy. He's just busy. He doesn't want to do it anymore. Next stream, January, what date? What date is Tuesday? We're gonna say the 7th. We're gonna say the 7th because I think that's the next time I'll be streaming, and I'm gonna try to get a lot of like stuff done. A self-resetting refillable ones in my Canon I use for CD label printing. That's interesting. So there's self-resetting. I don't know if these do that. Chip for Brother MSC. See, I can swap the chips out, I guess. Yeah, look at this. See, each printer will record a set of serial numbers which can be offset between different serial numbers. The serial numbers will not be permanently recorded. That's using N1 for the first time, N2 for the second time. So that's what it is. You literally just need a second set of chips. And they could be old cartridges, because you put in all the old cartridges and it goes, oh, this is the last one that I had. And you take out the old cartridges and put in the new cartridges, and even though it's been running those new cartridges for months, it'll say, oh, this isn't the previous one that I had, and it'll just work. Yeah, if it could self-reset, if I could like give it 5 volts and hit a pin and it would set to a second serial number, that would be great. But yeah, it's a different version of the printer, uses almost the same exact cartridge. The difference that we were able to clock is that, well, the cartridge has 4 pins instead of 3, even though the provisions are there for a 4-pin device. And this little locating vane is longer on the old one. That's it. That's the only difference. It's the same valve. It's the same air input system. It's the same physical shape, size, and storage capacity. It is the same cartridge. There is just a slightly longer vane on the top. It's got a little bit more of that vane that everybody looks for. And then it has 4 pins instead of 3. What a bunch of piss. It's so obnoxious. It's the same valve at the base, same dimensions in almost every conceivable way. What an absolute nightmare. Oh, this one has a box to the side, whereas this one has it open to the side. Box, open. I wonder if that's why the other one didn't fit the pins. I don't think so, though. Are we talking printers? We were talking printers, but I am done talking printers. I've been inked a little bit here. I need to order some stuff in order to make this printer work. You know, having a good printer and doing CAD design is kind of, well, doing PCB design is sort of a hand-in-hand thing. If you have a working printer, which is apparently the challenge today, you can print out your PCB and you can use that printout as a one-to-one guide of what you're going to be getting from the board company. Printer takes the exact same cartridge as the newer one. It's a racket. Everything is a racket nowadays. We can't have nice things. Anyway, I'm going to go over to the Discord to rage out and figure out what I missed by streaming today. I will be back on Tuesday. I'm actually going to be back on Tuesday. Things have been kind of crazy around here. I've had like family coming in and out. So that is all settled down because the holiday season is over. I'm going to order these tanks. I'm going to be on the Discord. I will catch you guys there. You can also follow me on Blue Sky if you feel like. Here's all the information. And if I continue to have paper feed issues, there it is. If I continue to have paper feed issues, this is still a good candidate for UV ink. I don't know where I'm going to get UV ink, but I know where I'm going to get the tanks. So I'll do that, and then we'll continue on, and hopefully we'll reach higher heights. And I'm going to get more of this PCB done. Yeah, good seeing you guys. Good hanging out on a Friday. I will be on Discord. I'll catch you guys later. They're running a racket. They're all running a racket. It's ridiculous.